Hello and welcome. I'm the Last HP Hero, and you have found your way to TPK Roleplay. We are so very glad you're here and hope you enjoy your stay. Over the course of the next several months, we shall be playing our way through the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition adventure module, Rime of the Frostmaiden. Try too often to find your way through the cold and risk losing more than your path. First and foremost, no attempts to make this story child-appropriate have occurred. This is a tale of cold isolation, alien incursion, and self-centered divinities. This actual play stream contains adult language, descriptions of violence, some light gore, scary images, and, generally speaking, a great deal of cold. Our players are here to warm the night. Safety tools are in place for the players, but you as a viewer do not have such a luxury. If you know of any sensitivities to the listed topics, please keep a teleportation spell prepped and readied. Barring that readied action, kick back, relax, keep all heads, hands, paws, and claws inside the stream at all times. Slap that follow button to join the wonderful world of TPK Roleplay. Click the Discord link that I am certain, is already there. Ooh. And above all else, be good. That's the rule. Be good. The other part, with no other announcements in mind at the moment, you may not know these amazing players and their characters, so let's change that. Everyone here will say hello, introduce themselves and their character, plug other shows or projects they're participating in, games they play, and what New Year's resolution would their character make to better themselves? So that is the question. I'll give you a moment to let that settle in. And I like the introductions that I do. I try to mix it up each and every time we get together. But for introductions this week, I used an outside tool. I used InspiroBot to randomly generate New Year's advice for each and every one of you.
Oh no!
It's up to you how useful or useless it may be, but to internalize this and make it real, I would like all of you to close your eyes, to breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth. Make these words a start to your year. Brita, you see a woman carrying a surfboard, looking off into the distance, over the waves crashing against the beach. Above her head is the sun. Your words of AI-generated wisdom are this: every hour, embrace something incredible, for you are incredible. Say hello, Brita. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Brito, and my pronouns are she, they, and I am playing Sabine, who is a tiefling rogue thief, and her pronouns are she, her. I do a lot of TTRPG stuff in the Twitterverse, and I'm really happy to be playing with these folks, and Sabine had breakthrough last time, so we'll see where it goes for her. So yeah, I'm excited.
Wonderful. And what would Sabine's New Year's resolution be?
To find more grounding in herself, definitely. Emotionally, physically, spiritually, everything. I think that is her main focus right now.
Sounds absolutely perfect. T, close your eyes, internalize this. You see the silhouette of the heads of two people, one with short hair, one with long, embracing. Either they've just finished or just begun a kiss. An overly bright sun dramatically lights the scene. Your words of AI-generated wisdom are this: someday, everything will be super cool. Until then, open your heart.
That was so poignant.
It was. So I'm T. My pronouns are he, they, him. I've been doing TTRPGs for a long time, so I'm very old. And actually 5e is pretty new for me, so this is a great experience. I play Braum. He's a human paladin. I know everyone's favorite. And his New Year's resolution is to be the best person that he can be. Yes, I know, very boring paladin New Year's resolution that is, but that is true to his character. So I think that's it.
Sounds perfect. Al, close your eyes, internalize this. You see, zoomed far out, far enough to see the curvature of the earth, a cloudless, starless sky. Snow-capped mountains can be seen below, while an airplane with vapor trails following it soars up into the emptiness. Your words of AI-generated wisdom are this: there are fantastic tattoos, and there are shitty tattoos.
I feel called out. I was literally just about to schedule a tattoo appointment earlier this week, and now I feel weird. Dang it, AI. Dang you. My name is Al Lucart. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm a fantasy sci-fi illustrator. I've played D&D for 16 years now, almost 17. And tonight I am playing Mirth, the bubbly dragonborn bard. His pronouns are he, him. And Mirth's New Year's resolution is to find what lies at the end of that damn treasure map. There's got to be something good out here in the ice.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. As we've been going through introductions, everyone has received +2 to a checker save so far. So,
Oh, heck. Thank you.
Corn Dog is passing out all sorts of +2 checker save love, so hold on to those.
We love
Thanks,
corn dog.
Corn Dog.
Excellent, thank you.
Corn Dog and ketchup.
That sounds good. You're making me hungry. I just ate. How dare you? I'm mindful and I'm hungry again.
Continuing around. Niffer, close your eyes, internalize this. You see an image reminiscent of a National Geographic nature shot. It's a close-up. A plant, perhaps in a tropical setting. The vibrant greens and different shades dominating the image. This botanical masterpiece is a marijuana plant. Your words of AI-generated wisdom. Friendship is a riot against the cruelty of destiny.
Yep. That tracks, sure. Yeah. Hi. I'm Niffer. I am they, she, and I'm playing Laine, a human warlock. And my New Year's resolution would be just finish this and get rid of the Frostmaiden so I can go home and see my family, please. Also very boring, but still good.
Sounds fantastic to me. And last but not least, Rocks, close your eyes, and through the nose, blow out through the mouth. Internalize this. You see a sketch of a small bird on a branch. It appears to be a sparrow, gazing inquisitively toward the words printed above. The texture of the paper is coarse, rough like sandpaper. Your words of AI-generated wisdom are this: if someone tells you that you can't travel back in time, prove them wrong.
I like that.
I want that.
So
I like
I
that.
want that.
man, you are the favored one as always. Rocks.
That
Getting
was
the
real
good.
good. I'm like, ooh, I need to go reevaluate my life now.
Good fortunes.
But yes. My name is Rox. My pronouns are he, him. I forget everything, even though everybody else goes before me. Let's
That's
see.
how I feel too, don't worry.
Literally every single time.
Pretty sure I didn't include everything I was supposed to. It's fine. You're fine. You're great.
You could just say anything if you want, like slam poetry.
Honestly, I like anime. I ordered pizza today. A lot of pizza.
I had
nice.
pizza today.
What?
Actually, we had calzones, but
Oh
still.
my god,
I
is
got
that
a
some
big
kind
dinner
of
box
sign?
just for myself.
Let's just talk about pizza for the rest of the game. Yeah.
I wouldn't be against it. I play Neo. I almost forgot who I played for a second. Pronouns he, him. Neo's New Year's resolution would be that
Invent pizza.
that too. But he would also like to help more people because he feels like he hasn't helped enough people to make a difference.
Honey.
That sounds wonderful. As I said mere moments ago, I am the last hit point hero, and we are thrilled to have you here. I can't think of really any better way to discuss the events of the last session than everyone's favorite singing fish. So, players, if you have your audio down, now would be the time to turn it on, and, well, we have Ol'Bitey with the summary. Oh, they traveled back to town. Sabine's feelings she did drown. Ol'Bitey did broadcast. Oh, there he is. Oh, they traveled back to town. Sabine's feelings she did drown. Blue Boot said, hey, come if you may, there's more quest to be found. Oh, trudging through the wind, they looked and found a friend. Bubby is here, no more to fear, I call that quite the win. Oh! A wonderful summary by the master summarizer himself. And a great pickup of where we left off. So to bring everyone back to where you are at the moment, and it did sound like the music is not coming through from Roll20, which is too bad, but I think we're gonna be okay. I'll try and sort it out en route, but I'm not gonna pull the plug on anything just to get the music in the background. We left off in a small hovel right outside of Targos. The blizzard wails outside of the room that you're in. Night has already fallen. The blizzard is in deep. And Elva, being someone who's lived in the Dale quite some time, and Laine as well, being experienced, knows that if you're trapped in the blizzard in someone's home, the rules of hospitality extend, even though Elva's not particularly amused by your new friend in the alms box. She is more than grateful to extend some safety during the blizzard. It's late enough, and without knowing how long the blizzard would go, it might be best just to find a warm spot on her floor to make it through the night. But that is not up to me. That is up to all of you. The game is yours.
I think Mirth is going to look up from where he's starting. He's finished kneading bread because apparently in the background he started the process of making bread in her kitchen while all of this was happening. And he says, for your trouble, I thought maybe that we could just make a little food, a little something for you in the morning, since we're most likely going to have to stay here tonight.
I appreciate that, especially since you're leaving that thing here as well. Kind of glances over at the alms box.
Don't
Wait,
worry.
leaving that here? Don't you mean taking that off your hands?
Well, yes, but not right now. It's still stuck for the time being.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
The Schwinga leans up over the box and waves really slowly at Elva. She scowls at him. Scowls at them.
All right. I guess permission gleaned. Do we all want to just crash at Elva's path?
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Elva. It's been complicated. Thank you, though.
We'll be in your living room. This is fine.
Is there a fireplace in the living room?
Sleepover!
Elva looks around, and you look around. You see her bed against one wall. You see her kitchen lining one wall. It's just a one-room place.
Ooh.
She turns back to you like, I just find a spot on the floor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll help cook.
Of course.
I'll help warm the place.
Aww.
You get to be in the middle of the
Don't
bed
burn
tonight.
the place down. How does that work anyway? Is it?
Oh, I can
hot?
control it. It's pretty hot. I wouldn't touch it.
Great for bacon.
And Sabine just puts a hand in his hair. Just casually.
Just a power move. Just put your hand.
He lets you do it because he knows how cold you've been the entire time, so he actually thinks he's helping.
Oh.
This is called a symbiotic relationship now.
There have been a number of strange people through here, but you're as strange as they come, aren't you?
Is there like firewood outside I can go bring in for her or something?
There's plenty of
I don't
wood
know.
to make it through the night.
Oh, sweet, good.
Everything would be covered in. It's been blizzarding for at least an hour by now, so anything you brought in would just cause a wet mess.
A puddle. Hey, no, I can dry stuff. Winter is no match for me and my prestidigitation spell.
It's true. It's very true.
Well, anything that you would like to do before bedding down for the night and getting up the next day?
I'm gonna check in with Bubby to see how he's doing.
You
Yeah.
lift the lid of the alms box, which I've pictured since the beginning being on hinges so that you can see in fairly easily. And when you lift the hinge, their little hands are behind their head, and they're laying in the makeshift bed that you made for them in there. Have their ankles crossed, and it turns its face towards you, and you open the box, and it
Oh, sorry.
Go away!
Some
This is
chill
my
time.
room.
I just push it. I just push the little cover back down. I'm like, okay, he's fine.
Seems relieved. I'm gonna roll for him trying to cook. What should I roll? This could be very bad.
Do you
Wait,
wanna help me
wait.
make pretzels?
I have our bear trap thing that can make whatever.
Oh, right. But wait, doesn't that take all night though?
it takes all night.
What?
Yeah, you have
I
to
don't
toss it
have
out
it-
to set it.
Oh, sweet. Sweet. I didn't write down any terms and conditions at all. I just clicked agree when I got this. So
You can
gonna write
open
that
it
down
up and
now.
toss it out the window, and there'll be breakfast tomorrow.
I will do that.
Brom, not to interrupt, you should definitely roll if you want to do that, but this might be a fun role play opportunity. If you're looking to help do food things, Mirth is delighted to braid bread with you, if
Are
that's
you-
something you want to do.
Are you gonna decorate cookies? You should decorate cookies. You should build a gingerbread house.
I think they're
Little
trying to
Bubby
be
could play in it.
practical.
I think
I don't-
bread is about it.
Yeah, I think that's all we got. He has some
All right.
rations that are like dried food. They could make stew out of them since they're inside a house.
I'm
But yeah,
fine with you telling me whether it's good food or not. If the two of you would like to cook, feel free to go ahead and cook something up. Otherwise, we can go to
Mirth's
the
bread
next
is
day.
fine. Mirth's bread is fine. It's just like a flatbread. It's totally fine. Serviceable, smells good, done quickly. And yeah. Feel free to join Brom if you want. Otherwise, I'm very curious to see what Brom makes.
Brom doesn't really have. Well, Brom doesn't really have a lot of supplies, so Brom would actually make like a stew for them to share, with dried meat and some other like dried food that he rehydrates and cooks.
Sounds great.
Astronaut food.
The
Love it.
the small hovel begins to fill with the the smells of stew and bread. Elva's just sitting over there. Why are you all... I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. I don't want to sound ungrateful. But I'm going to lay down and go to sleep.
That's fair. I just need to point out that Niffer posted in the chat and said the Great Frostmaiden Bake Off. For some reason, that really got me.
I'm about to go into this kitchen and start cooking something.
I'll work on my
Hollywood
Gordon
just
Ramsay
shows up.
impression. Hang on.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Get it together, everybody.
The evenings of Icewind Dale are unusual. The only indication that it's night is the aurora crisscrossing the sky. A glance out the window is enough to tell you that by now, the sky is full of the curtains of green light that hold back the sun. Whether it's superstition or habit, the people of the Dale have kept to the night and day cycle, so to speak. No one likes to sit underneath of the green. The night passes without any further note. The blizzard wails against the sides of the house for another 4 hours, going late into the night. In the morning, everything is calm, blanketed with a new layer of crisp snow. And Elva sits on her bed, looks in your direction, tosses a promised silver coin towards Sabine, and says, "You cleared it out. Make your way on. I appreciate it greatly."
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Of course. Can I like quick pull in the bear trap of just like an amazing breakfast and be like, can we offer you food first before we leave? And it's good looking.
You turn around, and in your hands in this bear trap is a full plate of pancakes with a pat of butter on top and syrup running down the sides and kind of that picture perfect look. And Elva's eyebrow just arcs. What?
A great hunt.
You have been very kind to us, so we would like to repay you.
Neo's like edging his hand towards the pancakes because they look so good. Aren't we supposed to share?
Guests first.
You're right.
She enjoys her pancakes. There's plenty of anything.
Then
for
Neo
everyone.
can. Also, you're the monk. You could have slapped my hand before I could.
You could have done that like trick where like, you know, like the reflex thing where they like smack
Yeah.
you on the both sides of your hand.
He would never do that.
that would be Neo, just like
Would I do it? Yes. Would he?
he just, and then he'd like go overboard and do like the 100 strikes like all over. No.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Stunning strike. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that.
Oh my God, no.
Fist of the North Star for pancakes.
It's just like the exploding one. Oh God, I can't remember what that one's called, but no, that would be horrible. Don't do that to your friends.
Yeah, that is so very not
Fist of the
Neo.
northern syrup pancake.
Mm. Oh, it sounds so good. Well,
No, I want pancakes.
She is
Can we leave so we can stop talking about food?
She's grateful.
Good.
I thank you. I thank you, but this is
But
weird.
yes.
And this
Goodbye, Elva. We
this
have a
isn't getting
mission.
less weird, so I think
Yes.
I'd be more comfortable if you just went at this point.
I was just like, please, I have to pee. Okay. Yeah, let's head on out and continue. What's our thing right now here? We are currently looking to join up with somebody that Sabine met.
Targos.
You are just outside of the village of Targos. As you look up, the wooden wall around Targos is a pales in comparison to Bryn Shander. It is it's the lesser version of what Bryn Shander is. The gates are open as the auroras are no longer in the sky. And you can hear the sounds of the town waking up. Targos is a good-sized place. There's docks with people hard at work. There are homes with people bustling to and fro. There are shops that are opening up. As you walk into Targos proper, you can see that the docks are frozen over. Many of the larger boats are completely iced in, unable to be moved. And there are fishers that are pulling their boats out across the ice, as far as about a mile before they can set them into the water. Some of them don't go that far. They turn the boats upright and start ice fishing, one knucklehead at a time rather than casting nets. It's a quiet place, in some ways, but still busy. Village is yours.
You should go find some people to help.
I think so too.
What's on our current, what is our current agenda?
Our quest list?
On the
Yes.
docket.
Sabine wanted to meet somebody with blue boots, and we were gonna go to Kelvin's Cairn.
That's right. So we're mostly
See, I
there.
listened to Ol'Bitey.
You did. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at the map and I'm looking at all these protrusions sticking out, like kind of like teeth. What are those?
Those are the
docks.
Those are the docks.
The docks. Okay. The water is so icy.
Yep,
Yes.
the water is completely frozen up to a mile out. So
Oh,
usually,
got it. So
and
they're ice
Laine
fishing.
would know this, usually these docks would be bustling and busy. Even in winter, the lakes don't freeze over that deeply.
Oh.
However, it's a mile until you get to open water. The cold over the past few years has settled so deeply into everywhere of the Icewind Dale that everything is disrupted. Everything is coming to a stop.
Should we go help them fish? I mean, we can melt the ice.
We could, but maybe there's someone who speaks for the town that could give us some pointers on if there's anything we can do to support before we are on our way.
It
Oh.
Are there any
would
town
be a
masters?
short-lived effort here. The waters have been frozen for many months now.
But do they have fire?
Yes.
Is that the main problem? I know it's the most obvious one,
Well,
but I'll defer to your judgment, Laine, since you are the local.
you know, the whole dark thing is mostly the big problem. Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
As you're discussing this, you hear from behind you. I'm picturing you standing in or near the gates, just within the town, overlooking everything. You hear
Puppy!
as a dog comes running through the gates, and this dog is a large sled dog, big, strong animal, thick coat to keep it warm, and as it runs past you, it kind of like it slows, skitters to a stop, and turns to look your way. And its head turns, and you look at it, and it's wearing a broken leather harness that's dragging in the snow.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
And it wanders over and looks at each of you, starts to sniff.
I pet the dog! Sorry.
At
Help.
I would like to pet the dog,
I would
please.
also like to pet the dog.
I would also like to pet the dog.
Okay.
Press A to pet the dog. Everyone mash it.
I'm really glad the clip contest is already done because that would have nailed it.
everyone except for Brahm in my head just bends down
Yeah,
immediately.
Brom actually kneels in front of the dog as everyone's petting it, and looks at the dog, looks at the harness, and says, "Where's your master?"
Exactly what I was thinking. Where's
The
your
dog-
master, girl?
The dog whimpers,
Can
Oh,
you
no,
lead
we
Wait,
us
have
who
to
somewhere?
find
speaks to
them.
animals?
steps back to turn, and then turns back and barks.
Let's
Takes
go.
a-
We gotta
Follow
help this
him.
dog.
Takes
We don't have to
step-
speak to it to know.
I agree.
We're gonna go rescue this
We will
dog's
die for
person
this dog.
now.
Fuck the
Also-
rest of the plot.
Also, good question for you.
Oh,
So
can
when
I
you
say
say
that?
it's a sled dog, do you mean like a Greenland dog or like a
Is it a husky?
Like a Malamute?
Sled.
or is it something else?
Icewind Dale sled dog would be comparable to a breed of husky, except larger than a typical husky.
Okay, so like a Malamute.
More along the lines of a Malamute, built more like a wolf than with head shape. They're probably more closely related to dire wolves and things like that than dogs or anything else along the lines.
Okay.
Usually I don't directly talk with chat because I don't like to break continuity, but Sir Heck, don't worry. Bubby is in an alms box, happily traveling in Brahm's bag right now.
I just
Yes.
want to share my notes for the past 2 sessions because the only notes I have for session 3 are Little Bubby is all that matters, and all that I have for session 4 is we thought we were going to find the plot, but now there's a dog.
Dog is the plot.
The dog is the plot now.
So you very clearly pick up on old Lassie, making their way through the roads. Every once in a while,
We're giving it a better name.
Every once in a while, the dog will turn and make sure that you're still following along behind. And before too long, takes you to a house just in the corner, up in this, probably one of these last houses in the rows to close down by the docks. And as the dog gets closer to the door, starts barking loud enough. By the time the dog arrives, the door to the house opens up, and standing in the doorway is an attractive 30-something man that Laine recognizes.
Oh. Oh no.
So you did not recognize the dog, but you recognize that this is Keegan and Garrett's house. So Keegan and Garrett have been friends of you and Dameron for a long time.
Okay.
Targos is just the next town over.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
So Keegan has a backstory very much like yours,
Oh.
while Garrett has one more along the lines of Dameron.
Okay.
So,
I was really afraid for a second. You were like, you know this guy. I'm like, oh no, it's an ex-boyfriend. Oh
That's what I
no.
thought too. I was like, ooh, drama.
I won't spring an X on anyone, I promise.
I mean, I think it'd be funny.
Keegan looks down at says, "Oh,
Hi.
Little Boy,
Hi.
there you are. Where's?" Looking around at you coming up.
We Spider-Man meme.
Where's Garrett?
You
Laine?
Spider-Man meme.
Laine, is that you?
Yeah. Hey. Do we
How-
hug?
how
Are
did
we
you-
hug friends? We
Uh,
bro hug it.
Keegan, as always, is a little awkward but doesn't say no.
Yeah.
Laine, what are you doing with Little Boy?
They just came up to us at the gate. These are
So is
work.
is Garrett nearby then?
I didn't see him. We could look.
Wait, the owner isn't here?
Well,
No, this is one of them.
Well, the straps broke on the dog. Was he sledding?
oh no.
Was he out in the blizzard?
Yes. Well, not in the
Okay.
blizzard. Garrett had left before the blizzard. He had
For where?
an expedition group. He was taking them up Kelvin's Cairn.
Oh,
We better get over there.
fancy that. We were, little one, Sabine. We were meant to join that, right? You had said.
Yeah, his name was Caston.
Cousteau?
Oh,
Caston.
I didn't meet anyone that Garrett was taking with him. Garrett met them at the town gates and left them right away.
First light, good. Oh.
But no,
Okay.
last night is when they left. Before the storm last night.
Before. Okay.
They're still trapped in it?
They.
Well, they took sleds. So, depending on how wide the storm was, they may have made it to the cairn even before the storm arrived.
Can I check the dog for like signs of frostbite and signs of like, hey, you were sheltered during the blizzard but just got out, or you've been wandering around since the blizzard? Like,
Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
okay, first roll of 2021, everybody.
That one.
Close. I have advantage from corn dog and I'm using it.
Yep.
That's better. I don't know my own modifiers. Sweet. 17.
17. You take a look, and although the care of sled dogs isn't a primary place of your knowledge, you still know them
but
well enough.
They're roughly kid-sized. I know how to check for frostbite on kids.
There's
It's the same thing, right?
no signs of frostbite.
Cool.
And although Lil Boy seems as though he's been pushing himself running, he doesn't seem overly tired or anything either.
Okay.
Well, do you have any other sleds?
Yeah.
Maybe we could go collect or check on your friends.
Oh, I'm sorry. Garrett took the only sled. He took all of the dogs too. Trip.
How many do you have these days? 2, 4? How many?
It's a 6-dog sled.
Right. But this is my friend. I've already forgotten the NPC's name, but I do introductions. Keegan. Cool.
Nice to meet you.
Where are the other friends?
This is Sabine, Neo, Brom, Mirth. Work partners for now.
Work friends.
Okay.
Friends from work. Sweet.
Okay. Well, so are you? Wait, Laine, are you adventuring again?
One job that I'm retired.
Okay, so the camera in the background as this interaction is happening, Mirth's mouth curls into the grinchiest little of smiles, and he starts plucking out the Achilles Laine heart tune that he's been developing.
What?
That Laine would, like, you've heard Mirth doing this occasionally when you walk by or whistling it, and we don't, how to Dragonborn whistle, we're not sure, but he does. And now the tune is much more finalized, and it's kind of like a jaunty folk hero tune, like a little bit like, honestly a little too like jaunty for Laine's like particular attitude, but it's Mirth's artistic interpretation. And I think you hear the tune start quietly playing as Keegan begins to ask about what you're doing and if you're adventuring.
All I'm picturing right now is the Rah Rah Rasputin song.
Oh hell yeah! Yeah, we could do that.
I just imagine like Mirth is like furiously strumming like that one part in Road to El Dorado.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
have you seen that gif where it's like,
Mirth basically is, if you pictured Miguel as a furry, like that was a dragon, that's Mirth. Just like straight up. So I'm gonna own that, and thank you for that tea.
So
that's all I could imagine, really.
when Mirth starts doing that, you kind of hear Sabine like just start singing, like humming underneath her breath, but it's super tone deaf. So she's like,
That's so good.
Oh my god, I love her.
So
I
like
adore
she's
her.
trying.
I adore
I
her.
don't.
I adore you. Yeah, my little apprentice.
I differ, adore you. Laine is like, can we stop with the backup band, please?
Keegan
The music gets like sexier.
Keegan gets on his toes to like look past Laine's shoulder at everyone.
I like turn and do the flourish of like friends from work. And it's very much like the John Wick thing of like, are you working? Yeah. Type thing.
Honestly though, you haven't seen Garrett, and Lil Boy is here. His harness is broken. Lil Boy wouldn't have left without Garrett.
I'm
It's
thinking.
it's a lot to ask, but Could
You're
you,
not asking. I'm telling. We're
Yeah.
gonna go look.
that would be wonderful. I know that Garrett can take care of himself. I'm not
Yeah,
overly concerned, but it's just very odd that Lil Boy would be here.
good to know. Do Keegan and Garrett have kids? Are our kids playmates? Are they like, oh?
Lots of dogs.
Sabine.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
basically the same.
That's the gay way.
So Sabine
Hey!
walks up behind Laine.
Mhm.
And she says in the most stage whisper, like it's
Oh,
not
no.
subtle at all. She's like, "Is he single?
Garrett's his husband.
Are they in an open relationship?"
So Keegan, upon saying
I-
that, kind of put a hand on his face, and then at the second one, puts hands over his eyes. Goes,
I also do. Just both of us are like,
Are they polyamorous?
I appreciate.
the interest?
Have they ever been with a tiefling?
We're gonna. That's
Mirth
enough.
is
That's
going
enough.
to
That's
gently
enough.
grab Burrito's horn, not like in a rough way, but in like a dink, and like steer her back, like down, girl. Let's get you set up.
Hey,
Let's get
I have
your
more
scarf
questions.
tidied.
I have more
No
questions.
way.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
It's gonna be
Do
cool.
I-
Let's get you set up.
I assume that I know of some vaguely single people back in Bremen. Can I just kind of pull one name out and be like, I will refer you to this person in the town over, and then just like push her away.
Works for me.
Okay, cool.
Have people to be rescuing.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Look.
Let's go help these fine gentlemen and make sure.
And the
everything's okay.
dogs.
And the dog.
That's what I
The
meant. The fine
dogs.
gentlemen. Specifically
Fine
dogs.
gentlemen and their owners. These fine gentlemen and their people. Let's help them.
Keegan says, so, as always, Garrett took the customers that he's leading out with the sleds, so he just would have got there in a couple hours. It'll be unfortunately much slower by foot. But they went to Cairn first,
We're used to it.
to the Frozen Far expeditions. And that's
Excellent.
always where Garrett launches his expeditions. So that might be a good first place to stop and ask, see if they saw him. He cut across country, but I don't know if you want to take the roads to Cairn or if you want to cross country as well.
That's a fair thought. Let my player pull up their map. Can we get like the Frostmaiden map on here? Thank you. Or the like 10 towns map rather than just one town. Thank you.
Ah, there we are.
Thank you.
It's our theme song. At first I thought it was my neck creaking, and then I realized it's the music.
Yes.
Oh.
But
Worry about your neck.
but Grom is ready to go. Like he was ready to go the moment that the dog was talking to them. So
Man, shout out to the town that's named Good Mead.
That's straightforward. That place is like, listen.
Look, they know their
We
brand.
got one thing.
And that is actually 100% true. Good mead makes all of the mead for Icewind Dale. That
They
is-
know their brand.
Laine will tell you that is literally why it is named that.
So they went up towards Kerkonik.
They went to Cairn, and I'm gonna drag the map over a little
That's
bit.
close enough to.
Let's see. So what Garrett, the path that Garrett took is straight through the wilderness. Up the road
Mhm.
for a little while toward Termaline and then across the Dwarven Valley.
Yep.
The roads.
Yeah, the roads are offset a little bit. There we go.
That was
okay.
that was weird. Sorry. Roads are back.
Look, honestly, in this weather, we don't know where the roads are.
Exactly.
So
It is you just walk in the tracks of the person in front of you. That's all we got.
Quite pastoral, really.
probably
Really?
not a bad idea.
Except for the person walking in front. Oh wait, that's me.
Yeah.
Grom's right
Get out of
behind
your
you.
way.
Got his weapon out, ready for them ice cats. And
This is fine.
other friends.
Neo, do you want to ride on this shield I found? I can pull you.
Sure.
It's great. We're sledding.
Hi, I'm sledding.
So your options essentially, to clarify, the distance from Targos to Bryn Shander is just 3 miles. Make that about 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's 22 miles by road to go from Bryn Shander to Cairn. So it's going to take 2 days of travel at least to get there, taking the roads. To cut straight across, it's half as far but more dangerous.
Can we
Cut
kind of
across.
do splitsies and do
Cut
like
across.
the road most of the way to Tourmaline and then
Cut
right across?
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to.
Okay, cool,
That-
cool.
That is the shortest distance but most dangerous.
We're ready.
Scared
We're level 2. We
danger.
got this.
Level
We're
2.
not stuck in the storm's stuck with us.
We have a
Brom's gonna-
native guide. It's fine.
It's all good. Brom's gonna pretend like he's as strong as his appearance suggests, which
Honestly, that's all that all of us are doing.
he's like 6'3" and looks like your like football jock friend. So he's ready. I feel like that was the plot of a bad movie. Anyways, let's
Yep.
continue.
Okay.
Are you a himbo?
He is actually.
Laine's also a himbo.
Oh my god, Laine isn't a himbo. Laine's a little too smart to be
He's
a
also
himbo.
not. I think that you have to be like giant to be a himbo. But
And
yeah,
muscular. Oh, let's just keep roasting Laine. I'm sorry.
well, I think
You're
like
more
buff.
Laine,
Wait.
you're like the hot dad that's
Laine is a recovered himbo. He was a himbo and then he had kids.
We love to see it.
So I was doing some math, so I appreciate that. It's a 14-hour walk by road,
Great.
or it's an 8-hour walk cross country as long as nothing goes wrong.
We're going cross country.
Going cross country. Okay, so Keegan looks at you and says, I can't say how much I appreciate this. Like I said, I know that Garrett will be fine. He can take care of himself.
But we look out for each other. You don't need to apologize for that.
I'm just very
I
grateful.
know.
That's all.
I know.
That's
Happy
what
to
we're here
help.
for.
And you, and that's wonderful.
They-
That means a lot to us.
They're pretty new anyways. I'm gonna like step in and just kind of like talk behind his ear and be like, they're pretty new anyways. They kind of need a warm up.
in the background as you all are conspiratorial. I imagine Jared, feel free to say if this is not okay, but I sort of imagine Brom starting the march, and I also envision Mirth pulling Neo along, like with a rope on a shield, and being like, "Woo!" and like running around in the background, and charging you up.
I think
You're just
Neo is like
you're
steadily
wakeboarding
getting-
on snow.
I think Neo is like steadily getting younger and smaller every session.
Every
He's
session.
He started off being
It's like a
18.
Benjamin Button.
He's now
What
like
if he
12.
What if he started as like, you know, like maybe like late 30s,
40.
and then suddenly by the time we're at the end of the game, he's like a whippersnapper.
5 years old.
Suddenly we have a toddler with us.
Oh, my God.
That's so,
Oh no!
A toddler
Rex.
who knows kung fu.
Oh
Yes.
my
Go
God.
where the wind takes me.
All right, I'm sorry.
Or the
Yes,
snow.
continue. We're pulling that sled, and Neo is definitely not 5.
Just like they need the experience. We just kind of both turn to look at just Neo sledding, doing donuts around the front yard. They're very new.
Brom's gonna is gonna do that, like. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Brom's gonna do that thing that like parents do with the disc toys, where like you spin it really hard, like all at once, and then see if you. I always wonder if my
Hang
dad was
on.
trying to like swing, like make me fly out. But yeah, he did that like fast
What
train
does
thing.
Neo's hair do when he gets spun around?
Oh, it's just getting bigger and bigger. At this point, it looks like a whole
Interesting.
whirlwind of fire.
This is a cool collaborative combat move we need to keep in mind.
It didn't.
I was
Yes.
thinking about that.
Yep.
It went fast, but it didn't do anything crazy. I rolled.
Oh.
That's a shame. I was hoping it would be something dumb, but
No, that's fine.
We'll keep it in the pockets for later.
Yep. We have the idea. We'll workshop it.
A seed has been
Ah.
planted. As far as the journey goes, I need a D8, a D4, a D12, and 2D4.
Everyone pick one and don't tell everyone
pick
else
one,
what we
don't tell
rolled.
anyone to see if
Okay, let's see if we got this covered.
all right. Sorry.
The last
what
one
do we
was-
need to roll?
I need a D8.
Just
Would you
one
roll a
of
D8?
each?
Just one of
Okay.
each.
All right. 4.
4. And
I
then
rolled the D100.
I need a D4 from Rox.
I had to summon my dice bag.
2.
And then I need a D12 from Brito.
There it is. A 10.
And I need 2D4 from Niffer.
I rolled a 3 and a 4.
3 and a 4. All right.
I thought you said 2D10, and so I rolled it, and I got a 94, and it was really cool.
You leave Targos behind just as quickly as you arrived. The people don't seem to notice your passage or recognize that you're there to begin with.
Thank goodness.
Lil Boy is nipping at your heels, traveling
Oh, is
along.
he coming with us?
Aw, he's showing us the way.
You start heading
To all the good snacks.
up the road to Tourmaline. The path up toward Tourmaline is a really great start to this journey that's going to take you across the middle of the wilderness. The skies above you are as dark as ever. There's no clouds this morning, just the starlight filtering down. The moon, at half its size, lights just enough to see, just enough to know your way. It glimmers off the snow. The first couple hours of your journey are completely uneventful. There's the quiet of the snow itself, the crunch under each foot, the occasional wee from Neo on a sled in the back, and Lil Boy running up ahead and running back. He seems eager. He seems as though he's in a hurry.
Uh-oh.
But he seems pleased that he has company.
He gets so many treats and neck pats.
Earth has discreetly has gotten tired of pulling Neo, so he ties the rope on Brahm, and then just keeps walking.
Brom will pull.
Whatever gets the job done.
Although the other thing he'd do is he'd make sure that their new friend Bubby gets breakfast. Bubby needs breakfast, so Bubby would get a
needs
little bit of
fish.
food.
I was gonna say, Sabine is probably gonna check on Bubby to see how he's doing. So, she reaches into Brahm's bag and takes out the box, and she opens it to see how Bubby's doing. What is he doing?
So Bubby has been rearranging all of the stuff that was put into the box. Even though no one really remembers how it was set up, all the knickknacks and odds and ends that were in there, the small stones, the gifts that were given to him, he's moved off to one corner and has made his bed a little bit, the bits of cloth you put in there. When the lid opens, Bubby just kind of pauses, and there's a almost instinctual just freezes, and then just its little porcelain face with the red markings looks up your direction and waves. They wave.
And so Sabine looks at the group and she's like, does anyone have any tiny material that I could just wrap around him or something?
Actually, Mirth is going to pull out of his cleavage a colorful scarf, but because he was a circus performer, it just keeps going. And he does kind of a burlesque thing with it, and then is like, yeah, you can have one. And unknots one of them. And just I've really been waiting to do that trick. There's just not many things to vault off of up here. Not at my best.
Thanks. Yeah.
Side note, I really want us to open the lid one time and the little pixie is just in there chilling with Bubby and they're like playing video games. I think that'd be hilarious.
And then they both freeze and just look up.
Just
It's like halfway through eating Doritos, like tiny itty bitty Doritos.
so Sabine's gonna take one of the little cloths that Mirth had magically, and she's gonna hand it to Bubby, even though it's pretty massive compared to him, but I mean it's still something. So
Bubby will
I
just
would say it makes him look sultry. It's like a sheer fabric. It's not particularly warm.
Bubby will kind of look up and start pulling it down, and then the straw coat, for lack of a better word. In fact, let's for those that haven't seen a swing.
Yes.
I will
Little Bubby.
I will
Must
put a
witness
a
Bubby.
swing up
Bubby!
for everyone.
Bubby. This is our Bubby.
Oh, look at Bubby.
Oh, look at this fork.
So
I love it.
Bubby will reach up where that green ribbon is and untie it, and the straw coat that Bubby's wearing will just drop. And
Oh, Bubby.
Modesty, man.
Bubby is
He
all
takes after my side of the family, apparently.
kind of like a very, very dark greenish toned skin, and the porcelain mask stays on, and then Bubby will take that scarf and just start wrapping themselves with it until they are as wide and covered in scarf as possible, and just start dancing with the scarf.
Wow, quite an upgrade.
He loved it, Sabine.
I'm gonna poke my finger down there and just give him a little head rub.
Okay. Bubby accepts the head rub.
Aww.
I'm dying of cute.
Oh yeah, she was supposed to feed him.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget to feed him. Don't let him
Nourishment,
suffer.
you know, it's fine. So what does everyone have? Because I personally, Sabine doesn't have any food with her.
I got food for us before we left.
Okay, cool. I'll probably take like a piece of pancake or something.
Okay,
Yeah.
that works for me.
Something fluffy.
He gets pancakes.
He gets
Bubby gets pancakes.
Brom will give him a thimble so that he can have drinks. And he'd offer him some water.
Nia will warm the pancake a little bit before you give it to him because it's probably cold by now.
So I'm gonna take the piece of pancake and I'm gonna hold it above Neo's hair
You just
for a little bit.
You know what? He can have some warm water. It's the Neo warm.
Thimble, just
boil that water. Give him some tea.
hold it above
Yes.
He needs some tea.
So you hand Bubby a piece of pancake, and no matter how small you try and get it, it's still, I mean, Bubby's tiny. It fills Bubby's hand. Bubby just kind of looks at it, looks at you, and the thimble's put down in the alms box next to them, and they go over and they dip one of their hands in it. And they start like going through the motions of eating, but it's a featureless porcelain mask, so it's they're just kind of covering their mask in pancakes.
Smear the syrup
Just
all
kind of
over.
smearing.
Oh no.
Bubby just kind of looks up and shrugs.
Can I just like hang on? You got a little something right there, buddy. Just try and get the sticky off.
As your thumb squeaks against the porcelain mask.
You're not gonna want that. That's sticky all over. You're not gonna want that there.
The
try.
afternoon passes with, again, very little of note. You've started to go cross country, which requires watching the stars rather than just sticking to a road. So I am going to need a survival check from whoever is leading this expedition.
Laine?
Yeah, I'm like, is that a me? That's a me.
I think we all just like automatically knew. Just
Saying, hi. 18.
18. So it's a clear day right now still, or clear night. I'm not gonna get used to the fact that it's night. Icewind Dale all the time.
It's okay. We know what you mean.
It's a clear night. You can see.
It's a dark day.
It's a dark day. You can see the silhouette of Kelvin's cairn in the distance, and you're able to help orient yourself using that. Now, just to clarify on my part, were you going to go straight to Kelvin's cairn, or were you going to go to Cair Koenig first?
I mean, Kelvin, what does Kelvin's cairn offer? Is it like there are sheltered places to stay for a night if we need to? Is it like a touristy thing where you go there, you spend half an hour, and then you leave? Like,
Kelvin's cairn is a lot like Devil's Chimney, if you're familiar with that.
I don't know what that means.
It's a unusual standalone tall ice rock.
Cool.
It's small enough that it can be climbed in a day, kind of recreationally, so to speak.
Sweet.
And there is a rumor, whether it's a rumor or a tall tale, that if you prove yourself on Kelvin's Cairn and reach its peak and show your worth, that there'll be a sage up there that you can speak with.
We go save the dogs first and then go there.
So I guess my question is whether you wanted to go to Cair Koenig first, where they were launching their expedition, or go straight to Kelvin's Cairn. It's the difference of an hour.
Go to Cair Koenig first, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get a few hours outside of Cair Koenig, and the green of the aura begins to light the northwestern sky.
Boy.
The day passed fairly quickly, it seemed. And as the aura starts to set in, you know that it tends to get more dangerous under that green glow. You're 2 hours away from Cair Koenig and can push through, or stay here to camp.
Since we have the dog, maybe we should camp out.
It's true. If it was just us, we could keep going, but we have a dog to think.
You have a well-built, strong sled dog that is less tired than all of you.
Can never be too careful.
It's true. I mean, he's basically a dire wolf, so I
He
think
must be
he'd
kept
probably
safe.
be fine.
I'm really glad that your two different groups have gone very different ways, where it's like, we've been given a small creature in Barovia, and it's like, yes, we must drag it into battle. And here it's like, we've been given a small creature. We can never stay up past 8 p.m.
Mirth is admiring Lil Boy because when Mirth grew up, his family had sight hounds, which were very popular where he lived. So big, lanky, kind of greyhound-like dogs with skinny bodies and really short fur. And this dog just is so like rugged and fluffy and just really like, he can't stop petting the dog when it runs by and does that dog thing where it stops for 3 seconds to look at you. And then you pet it unsatisfyingly, and then it runs away. That thing. He loves this. He thinks this is so novel. Says he, surrounded by death and darkness. How droll.
Well, Brom doesn't mind. Brom doesn't mind camping for the night. He would offer a ration to the dog, so the dog can also eat.
I just remembered that I'm canonically a cat person, and I'm so disappointed in myself. Oh no.
You can be bipedal. Like, you can.
I mean, yes, but Laine owns a cat.
Your opinions can change.
That doesn't mean he doesn't have access to a dog if he wants. We could get him a puppy.
Oh my gosh, can I get a puppy? No. My kids do not need another pet. They already have a cat and a chicken. Don't ask. We're not going to.
You start to set up camp for the night. I assume along the habits of usual, building the igloo-like tent, starting to get those things set up.
Yep.
As you start to set up camp, what is everyone's passive perceptions?
11.
9.
11.
Also 9.
Let me look. I can't read. 9.
9. All right. Setting up camp is a little bit of an ordeal. It's not hard necessarily, but it is time consuming. About the time that you are finishing up the igloo, Lil Boy starts to growl. The hackles on Lil Boy's neck rise, and he looks confused for a moment. And then there's this strange sound, something between the caw of a bird and the mewl of an elk. Little Boy looks up. You look up, and a dark winged shadow is sweeping
Sword.
down.
I know what this is. I almost died to this in session 0. It's fine.
Oh.
It's fine.
Go ahead and put yourselves anywhere in the green box where you would be. There we go. Inside the box, bro. There we go.
Wow.
Where's the little boy at?
Where's the little boy? We need a
Haven't put-
token. Give us the dog.
Everybody panics loudly.
Just use baby soul from the other session.
There we go.
Aw.
Yes, good. Precious.
No name plate. All right.
Where's the beast at?
Well, I was gonna wait till everyone found their spot before I showed you where the beasts were.
Okay.
Oh wait, let me find.
Stay in a
that's
line.
good. Oh, that's good. I'm probably right where you put.
I really hope it doesn't have like a line breath attack weapon, because we are all in a row. Hey, no, I'm in
Oh.
front. I'm leading.
Music is so cool.
You're attacking.
Oh, is
from
this the
above,
front?
So
Yes, this is the front. Right? Which direction is the front of the path? Over here or over here?
you're traveling northeast.
Okay. Then I'm in front.
I guess where are we building the igloo at? I was gonna say Neil
Oh yeah,
helping
off
with
to the side
igloo.
maybe.
Off to the side somewhere.
Lit.
So there's that. And above are a pair of perytons that swoop down. These
What are
creatures,
they?
if you've never seen one, I will send a picture your way. A peryton is an innately evil creature. They are not very nice in general. And what Laine would
Ew.
know about them is they... Oh, there it is. Handout here.
They're kind of cute.
Nope. They are not. They are murder.
There's the one I wanted to
Just
show.
don't.
Laine would know that these are sentient evil creatures that collect
Oh, no.
parts. And since everyone's passive except for the puppers was...
Dog saw it before all of us.
Okay, and the number on them is that's the current altitude. That's how high they are. So one is 70 feet up, the other one is 30 feet up. So that is
Oh, wow.
much easier.
Somebody
deal with.
just gave one of the perytons advantage on their next roll.
Whoa.
It
That
was
is-
Dr. Tyrant.
Wonderful. Thank you,
That's an
Tyrant.
appropriate name
Ty-
for someone
No.
to do such a thing.
I am still at -2 that was given to me early on. So
Well,
there's a
Purple
-2,
counters.
and the peryton's at minus. Okay, Whew.
There's a Yu-Gi-Oh game happening here. Like
There
my
is
trap
definitely
card, my
there are trap cards being drawn.
So many things.
Funny.
Anybody want to
Like
add to
you
this while
activated
we're
my
at it?
trap card.
Oh, there's a -2 to
Uh-huh.
the peryton.
That's to our advantage.
That's to the
Excellent.
advantage. So, the peryton that cawed sweeps down its giant, colorful wings, air brake just as it reaches Neo.
Of
No.
course it does.
Not the baby.
Sorry, I don't have a sheet open yet. There it is. So the peryton, it slashes with its talons for a 21 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
-2 is
Not the
19.
baby.
Still hit.
It had advantage to 22. So in any case, that hit, and this extra speed as it comes flying down is behind its talons. So you take 7.
Yikes.
Yep, that's right. So you take 7 plus an additional d8. Sorry, so 8
Additional.
piercing damage as it flies down and slashes at you. And then with these whole antler rack, it swings its head down to try and gore you. This is at a -2. Doesn't have advantage anymore, so a 3.
Excellent.
These things are brutal.
And then it flies back up to 30 feet up.
Oh, do we get to hit
Does
it as it, well,
opportunity
does he get to
attack.
hit it as it goes up?
He does not get to hit it as it flies back.
Rude.
Rude.
Very rude.
So everyone should probably roll initiative.
Oh.
What if I don't? Does that mean I am safe? Perhaps.
Happy 2021. I rolled a 1.
Don't forget to
15.
don't forget
Oh,
to
come.
click on your token so that you get. Oh, I couldn't.
Okay.
This is fine. This is fine.
I have to plug in. I have a
Initiative.
Sorry, just a second.
Oh.
So I'm fairly if stream could help me out real quick, you cannot hear the combat music right now, right? It's just us talking. If so, I have a setting wrong somewhere, but I'm worried if I try and fix it, it'll end up doubling the audio and causing a real big headache. Oh, you do
I
hear
can-
music. Okay, wonderful.
I completely forgot how to do initiative on this. I'm sorry.
You click on your token.
Let's roll manually. I didn't plug mine in yet.
And then after
And
you
then
click
on
on
your
it,
sheet.
open your character sheet. Oh, wait, you're not using the Roll20 character sheet. You're using a D&D Beyond character sheet, aren't you?
I am.
You
Okay.
still get to click on initiative.
You
to
can
roll.
still click initiative, and then I'll just hit you.
Okay, then I got a 15 for my initiative.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mine's
I
also
rolled
15,
manually.
but it didn't input.
I rolled manually and I got really lucky, but I'm gonna plug in for our next fight. I'll plug in normally.
All right, so Sabine, you got a 15.
Mm-hmm.
Just gave you a 400.
Hey.
Nice. We could use that.
415. Sabine's just flat.
415 initiative.
Just
When do you
invisible
go?
to the naked
Yes.
Yes.
Rom, what did you get?
15?
15. Who else needs to be in there? Neo's in there. Bright.
Do you just say bright?
For some reason, I call Mirth Bright. I don't know why.
Because they're both happy names.
And then
eye. Murph got a 22. by the
Mirth
way.
got a 22. Oh,
He rolled a 19 plus 3, so that's like the highest thing he ever do. But I'm gonna plug his stats into roll 20 for later.
that's fine. As long as hit points are in roll 20, everything else is fine.
Okay, well it's easier to initiative in roll 20, but I'll do that later.
All right. So Mirth, you are.
I'm just running away. Let's see. So we see these creatures come shooting down from the blizzard, and it looks like one of them is. It looks like this fellow up here just attacked the heck out of Neo, right?
Correct.
Okay, and then this one here is.
It's up higher,
What?
70 feet up. It hasn't come down further.
Okay, but this one's close enough. Maybe we could fight them.
A magnanimous
Murph
dispensation.
is going to Bardic Inspiration Neo by cheering at him like "Light your fire, burn bright, baby," and is then going to encouragingly run away.
We
in
get a
order
good
to prep my
table.
next stuff. Do we get a good table?
We got a good table.
Yay!
I'm going
Just
to...
while you're figuring out what to do, we have a good table.
All right, sounds good. Purple Phil, who gets the table? Or do you want me to roll for it?
I'll roll.
Yep, rockstar.
Okay,
Rom-
what do I roll?
Brom, roll a D100, and then we'll see if Purple Phil wants to pick someone or just... Okay, and then I'll roll for... Who gets it?
13.
13 is the number, and I'm going to do a 6. And I'm going to go in our overlay order and select myself. So 6, which is a reroll because there's only 5 of you. 3. That goes to Rox. So Rox the Wizard is going to get number 13.
Good.
Thank you, Purple.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Purple.
Thanks, Purple.
Thank you.
That is... Okay. There we go.
Okay.
I will wait. I will wait for that turn to do that.
Also, question. This is a technical question. If I want to do like my breath weapon attack, which is a line, can I safely shoot that over our dog's head, or is that unrealistic? How would that mechanically work?
That's perfectly fine. We're going to simplify three-dimensional combat. Just add whatever number is on them to how many squares away from they are.
Oh, sure. Okay. In that case, Mirth is gonna get closer to Sabine then, and probably he was close to this area. Just scoot over here, and then he's gonna try and do some acid breath.
Okay. What's the range on your acid breath?
Let's see my notes. Acid breath is. Oh, like for goodness sake, I don't have it on there.
Oops, I lost Sue.
Uh-oh.
Oh no! It was a...
I killed it.
What have we done?
I accidentally exited out. I'm back.
Whew.
Yeah, Al also hit the wrong button, I think.
Yes,
Oh, no.
I have returned.
You're here, T. Al is not.
Oh no, Al exited out their
Al hit
entire
exit
body.
on it. The question about the okay, so acid breath is a 30-foot line. So when they come back, we're going to have to tell them there they are.
We're back.
I love that picture.
I know, right? It's so pretty.
Hey, sorry, I don't know what happened, but 30 feet.
Yes, so you are 30.
All of us are
You'd have to
different.
be right underneath of it in order to.
In order
I
to
like
hit it.
this.
Oh, because it's 30 feet out. Oh, son of a gun. Okay, in that case,
But you can move directly underneath it if you'd like.
that doesn't seem smart. Yeah, I conveniently forgot that the numbers you wrote mean how far away they are in the air. Even though you literally just said it, I was like, nah, it's fine. Oh, I know what I can do. I think what I'm gonna do is cast. Maybe I'll cast heroism
Okay.
on our little guy. And how that works is you are very brave and you're immune to being frightened, Neo. And you gain temporary HP equal to my spellcasting mod at the start of your turn. So you're gonna get 5 to start with, and you're gonna get 5 more and more.
Thank you.
So they don't
Goodness.
stack. You will get 5 at the start of your turn that refill at the start of every turn.
Hey.
Wonderful. Anything else, Mirth?
Nope. And thank you for your patience with the glitch. I appreciate that.
No problem. All right, Neo. On your turn, you just got done. These claws raked across your chest, took out a big chunk of damage. You're bleeding. You like grab your chest and look down, and when you look down, sitting cross-legged underneath of you is a figure that you've seen before. They are wearing a lion tamer's hat and tails and a whip.
Ooh.
and they are going to sitting there. They're going to wave at you. They crack their whip and point off to the side. And over here under the tree is something that you never seen before. It is, well, it looks like a spiky-backed dragon, but it's only, maybe 4 feet tall. It looks like this.
We got a baby dinosaur!
So cute!
Aww.
And when you look back down, the little figure is gone. You have a incredibly violent, hate-filled, small Karaske.
My favorite.
So adorable.
This is our new pet. We're going to keep him forever.
We have so many.
Elva.
We're gonna
Forever
have
and
so
ever.
many pets.
No, cause Lil Bubby can ride this Tarrasque.
Oh, he is a big boy.
He's not
He's
a big boy. I had to resize the token.
Literally says 4 feet in me. He's a big boy.
Yeah.
He is a big boy. Don't speak badly about him.
He's our new baby boy.
He's a good baby dinosaur.
Oh.
So you
We have a
know
baby dinosaur.
instinctively that all you have to do is tell that creature what to do as a bonus action, and it will follow you.
Forever?
Elva?
Forever?
They
Forever and ever.
good tables tend to go away after a little bit.
You're gonna take away our new favorite pet dinosaur?
He completely
so glad.
wiped our fantasies of being a pack of 5 and our best friend the dinosaur and also Bubby.
In this
Like-
world, pleasures and health are fleeting, like good weather.
What
So
if
we just gotta take what we can get and enjoy it while it's there.
Like my
But what if-
childhood with the manties.
But what if we dump Lil Bubby on top of this little Tarrasque and then they bond and then you can't take the
So
Tarrasque away
Tarrasque-
from Little Bubby?
Yeah, let's not, because I think the little Bubby's
Tarrasques
gonna
are
get
not
eaten.
Smart.
Oh.
The
Yeah,
li-
Tarrasque will probably gonna eat Neo after it's done obeying him.
That's valid.
The
I can
4
live
foot
with
tall
that.
creature starts jumping up and like grabbing at the lower branches of
Yes.
this tree, biting them and tearing at them. And it looks at you, Neo, expectantly.
Yes.
Tell it what to do.
I'm-
Let them fight.
I don't think they have any
Let
long
them fight.
range.
Send Pikachu out!
Oh, Pikachu, Bolt Tackle. Best move.
We've named the Tarrasque Pikachu. Good job.
I love it.
But we spell
so
it
I
weird. We spell
need
it like
to read
fantasy.
Pikachu.
Pikachu.
I'm going to tell
Simple commands.
Tell.
Treat it like a very well trained attack.
him to wait underneath the whatever thing we're fighting, since he cannot hit it with his range, and just get ready for an attack.
Yeah.
It drops down to all fours and skitters right underneath this.
My boy. And
Aw.
as he does that, I'm going to actually run in front to like block the whatever that thing's name is from the dog. And he's just gonna be like, okay, we're shining bright. And he's going to use Produce Flame
Okay.
to hit that thing.
All right, let's go ahead and roll the hit.
Does an 11 hit?
An 11 does not hit, but you have advantage from earlier today that was announced in the chat.
Oh, I love y'all.
It's not been used yet.
13.
13 will hit.
Hey. Okay, so he does his whole he creates a little fireball soccer ball in his hand, does like a little backflip kick to kick it up at the thing, whatever it's called, and does 6 damage.
Fireball goes roaring up, hits this parrot, and Your 4-foot Tarrasque friend next to you claps its claws and looks at you and is like jumping up and slashing at the air.
And Neil's gonna use his one of his whatever they're called key points,
Okay.
and use it for patient defense. So he's going to take a dodge action.
Sounds like a good idea. It is Brahm's turn.
All right. So Brahm's going to switch to his javelin because these guys are pretty high up. And then he's going to attack this one, which I'm assuming is injured now, correct?
Yes. You said 6 damage, right?
Yes.
So he's going to try let fly his black arrow. I'm going, does that hit? Because I can use my advantage if it
A
doesn't.
12 misses.
Okay. I'll use my advantage. Like a cheater.
Okay, go ahead and roll again.
Ah!
7 will also miss.
Boo! Well, I tried.
Anything else,
Alright.
Brahm?
No, I think that's his turn. He missed with his javelin.
Okay. Sabine, go ahead.
So I'm going to go ahead and use my crossbow to shoot at the one that is 70 feet high, and thankfully this can go up to 320 feet depending on how good I am, so we'll see how this goes.
Good. Get him.
Does a 16 hit?
A 16 will hit.
Great. Let's do 2. Okay. Where's it at? There we go. 11 damage for that one.
11 damage. So you see your crossbow bolt go flying, and it penetrates the creature's skin, but it doesn't seem to do as much damage as you would hope. It seems more to almost irritate than really super damage. It's not quite as effective as you'd hoped. How much was that again?
11.
So it takes a little bit of damage.
Okay.
Anything else?
I think I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Alright, sounds good. Adjustments. Periscape doesn't absolutely hit as soon as it gets close. There we go. Alright, Lil Boy is growling, and Lil Boy seems well equipped to help out, and is going to
Oh!
come over next to Laine.
Good
Or not
boy.
Laine. Well, they've got protection.
Well,
Yeah, come over
I'm
next to
Laine.
Laine and back up against Laine, because
Yeah.
he knows Laine, and will be growling in the direction of these perytons.
I also have my shield out. I've kind of been using it as a snowplow. So I will put it more in front of the dog than myself.
Good priorities. Good
Yeah.
attribution. Good triage.
The peryton that's 70 feet up is going to flap its wings a few times, and it is going to fly over
I was like, this is where we learn they have ranged attacks.
behind that tree, and it will go down to 20, just so it's hiding partially behind that tree. The other one is going to swoop down toward Neo. It comes roaring down out of the sky, talons extended, and as it gets close, the little Tarrasque like wiggles its butt and jumps as it gets close,
Ah, good boy!
and it will swing a claw at that and will hit.
Yay!
And
Good
will
My baby
boy.
boy.
Good boy!
a little bit of damage to the
We'll
peryton
take it. A
The
little is more
cutest
than we
widow
had before.
damage!
Can't get rid of him now.
that will
Please tell me he gets the final hit.
swoop the rest of the way down, attacking Neo. So starting with its talons. Or no, it's going to use its gore. So it's going to charge you and fold its wings in so that its antlers come down to hit you. You are patient defending. So a 5 is going to miss. And it will pull up away from you and slash at you with its talons as it pulls back into the sky. For a 13 to hit.
That exactly hits.
13 hits. You take 8 piercing damage from its talons as it swings back up. It's going to come over to the other side of you and be 25 feet. Or 20 feet. So it slashes, misses with its speed, but pauses just a beat to claw at your chest and goes right back up in the air. Laine, go ahead.
You know what? They have a baby dinosaur on that one, so I think they're good. I'm just gonna move. Can I see this one if I move over this much, or do I have to move further? I don't want to leave the dog, but I will.
So it's going to have partial cover if you attack
Regardless of where I am.
If you come all
What
the
about
way,
I go here?
on that side of the tree, yeah, it's still gonna have partial cover. It's like up around this section of the tree. You would have to be
5, 10, 15.
back here.
Yeah, all right, I'll do that.
All right.
So I can move that far. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Cool. 30. I'm just going to yell to the open air. Am I forgiven yet? And then just Eldritch Blast this Periton.
All right.
Hoping that I don't get shot with my own thing. Whatever, 15 plus 6, 7, 8. I don't know what my spell modifier is. 6?
That
Something?
15 on the dice is enough to hit. So
Yep,
that will hit.
15 plus 6, so 21. I happen to have a thing, an invocation, that I forgot about. And by that I mean it probably wouldn't have affected me anyways. Whenever I hit somebody with Eldritch Blast, they are pulled 10 feet closer to me, as I have the Grasp of Hadar.
Okay.
Get him out of the air! That's our problem, is they're in the air and we can't hit them. We could just drag these chickens down.
So kind of like the
Rail on 'em.
tattoos all over Laine's body kind of like darken and almost lift up off of his skin and almost just form like into this rope and lasso and just get like pull this Periton down.
Okay.
Maybe trying to also drag him through the tree branches and scrape him up.
Okay. How much damage?
7 points of force.
So you loop this Periton with your Eldritch Blast. It burns into the creature and pulls it down and towards you.
Yeah.
It takes the damage. It is pulled down just 10 feet
Cool.
closer to you.
That's perfect. Sir.
All right, there we go. Anything
Yes,
else?
Perfect.
No.
All right, Mirth, go ahead.
Okay. Who should I do that one? Well, first of all, I'm gonna Bardic Inspiration on Braum. Braum, baby Braum, just go Inferno. And then I'm gonna... Ooh, you got him kind of within range. But we're both kind of weak. That's the problem, Laine. Is like we're both kind of fragile. But we could shoot at it. This is all happening really fast in Mirth's head and in our game.
Yep.
But not in real life. Okay, fuck it, we'll do that. And it has cover. Oh my god, you rude person. Okay. Okay, that's about where I can get right now. Mirth is going to jog around, and here's what happens. Mirth hears the noise and the Laine's cry, and
I'm just
the
yelling
wild
at this
name,
thing.
and the ripples of eldritch energy and the scream of the periton as they get dragged down. Mirth's like, okay, Bard! And then just running over to try and help over there. He comes around the corner and it kind of skids to a halt, like crap, because he's way closer to the periton than he thought, because it had cover, and he's like, ooh, and he's gonna I'm just and
taunting it down.
Let's see. Can I breathe on it? Range of 30?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it is.
Breathe on it.
It's essentially, think of it as being 15 feet away from you. 10
Okay,
feet
cool,
above
we're
you
good.
and 5 feet down.
We're gonna
Okay,
ignore
then-
the Pythagorean theorem here.
We are ignoring the Pythagorean.
Okay, in that case, it needs to make a DC 11 dex save, which is a thing.
All right, DC 11 dex save, a
Yeah.
15.
I'm just picturing your breath going at a right angle now. Like it stops underneath it and just cooks its belly.
Okay, it's gonna take 5 damage.
5 damage.
Yeah, and Mirth basically, oh my god. You know what I think happens? I don't actually think this is his cool moment. I think he's so surprised that he skids around the corner, points, but he inhales wrong and he hiccups and then burps out a big jet of acid that just straight out, and he goes, oh, excuse me. As this is happening, he's like, oh god. Everything okay over here? He's gonna say, to Laine. Good job bringing it down.
Uh-huh.
Did
I
you
think,
roll?
I think they're lucky.
Sorry, something in my throat. Did you roll 10 and have that for me, or did you roll 5?
Hmm?
Did you roll 10 on your damage dice and then have that for me, or did you roll 5 on your damage?
I rolled a, yes, I rolled the 10 on these 2d6s.
Okay.
Did I get that right?
Yes, I didn't know
2d6
if you
or
had.
half?
Yep, and then it's half
Okay.
because of
Yes, it was half of that. Yeah.
All right. This belch of acid splashes over, and it's starting to look pretty rough.
Nobody
Not-
likes being thrown up on. I
Yeah,
would
no-
know, Sabine.
Nobody was thrown up on. Neo.
I've been trying to think this out. Can I throw the Teresk up at the flying?
Do it!
I will.
That's so cool.
So it's a
I mean-
4 foot.
Have you tried to throw a Newfoundland before? Because that's what you'd be doing.
So it's
He's strong. He can handle it.
He's strong.
it's 20 feet above you,
Okay.
and you're throwing what is a pretty good sized creature.
A chonky boy, if you will.
I would let you attempt it, but it is going to be very, very difficult. It would be more likely if you were stronger to have a better chance of success.
He is a little weak.
You can also, this is a mechanic that you can use in 5e, you can hold a trigger to attack if it gets in range. So where if it sweeps down at you again, then you would punch it once as it got close enough for you to punch. So you could do that if you would like.
I'll do that, and I will tell the Teresk, because if it's 20 feet, to get below it and knock it down with its tail attack.
So Tarisk isn't. This one only bites and claws. Simplified its attacks.
Okay.
And it will basically, if you tell it to attack, it will do what it did before. As soon as it's close enough, slash it.
I'll do that.
Okay. So that is your bonus action. Your action is to hold a punch until the periton's close enough to punch. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Your Tarisk is going to skitter over. It's actually going to get on all fours and jet between your legs and knock you off balance a little bit as it rushes to get underneath the creature
What a
over there.
good, absolute unit.
And Brom, Laura.
All right. Rom is going to try and throw that javelin
Okay.
again.
Brom lets loose with another javelin.
Good try.
It
9.
sails up toward the periton and it grabs it with its talons out of the air and just tosses it back down. Anything else?
No, I think that's all I can do.
All right, we will go to Sabine then.
Okay, so I'm going to move right next to Mirth so I can be closer to the one that's
30.
10 feet. And I think I'm going to throw one of my daggers at it this time.
Sure.
Not one. I do nothing. In
So-
fact,
Oof.
I move too fast, and my dagger just goes ping, like into the.
Great unknown.
No, it's great.
Dagger goes flipping through the air. Hear it land in the snow somewhere. The peryton, it doesn't have lips, but it seems to be chuckling.
Rude.
The
Rude.
good boy here is going to run over to Laine and back up
Yeah,
against
good
Laine.
boy.
Uh,
Get
and
the shield.
then
You
we
do
will
that.
go back to the perytons. And this one is quite upset that it was belched on. So it's going to flap its wings, get a little bit of momentum. I did not. Oh, but it can go. Okay, it is going to fly up 20 feet and then jet straight toward
Oh.
down Mirth at full speed.
Don't do it.
It is going to try and hit you with its goring attack as it goes by, and it rolls a 7. So it swings its antlers down to try and gore you with its antlers, and turns its head wrong, gets it caught in the branches on the way down, and ends up missing. But just like the other one with rocks, its wings do a massive beat, and it pauses long enough to slash you with its talons for a 15 to hit.
Yes.
For 8 damage. And it flew up 10, over 5, up 20, over 5, down 30.
That's so much.
It is
I
going to
think
be...
Mirth squeaks and makes a noise like a kicked dog, actually. Like, not like a human in pain, but more like a yelp noise. And then is
I,
not
like,
happy because that actually takes him to 7 hit points. So that just, like, more than halved him. So that was a good slash.
I like looked down at the actual dog. Was like, was that you?
It swoops back up, and it's 10 feet in the air on the other side of there. The other one sweeps down at Neo again. It comes roaring down. The Tarrasque, as soon as it's close enough, the Tarrasque jumps up and tries clawing at it. And misses.
Aw.
Still
Uh,
cute.
Neo,
Still worth it.
with your readied punch, you can make a single attack as the Peryton comes roaring down toward you.
Let me just say I didn't hit anything with a 9.
So
Oh,
you
buddy.
miss your punch. It reared up 10 feet and comes roaring down at full speed with its antlers, trying to gore you with its antlers at speed. It rolls a 5.
Ha!
Another wing beat, and it crits with its talons
Oh,
as it
crud.
turns and catches not across the chest, but across the face.
Oh no,
No, don't harm the moneymaker.
not the
Your-
face.
Hi guys.
No, we're gonna heal
No.
you. It's
Your
fine.
hair
Maybe.
dims quite a bit
No.
from that critical hit. And you take
Do you go down?
16.
Ooh.
He just falls to the ground.
I'm gonna murder that Peryton. Rom, you murder it first, and then I'm gonna come murder it, and then try and heal him.
That will be 10.
I mean, I suggest healing and then murdering.
No,
Just-
murder him.
Okay, you're right. Murder first.
It will be on the other side, 10 feet in the air. There we go. And as soon as Neo drops unconscious, the Tarrasque pup goes and runs over and curls up next to Neo, just hissing at the peryton.
You got disadvantage because you're such a big meanie.
Oh, disadvantage.
On every roll.
Forever.
It is Laine's turn. It's both perytons.
Oh no. Oh no.
You got this.
Neither are in good condition. They're both looking really.
I know. I need to do math a second. Right? 10. So it's just we're ignoring Pythagorean theorem. Cool.
Yep.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Consider
Sweet.
Consider it to be 25. Now it is 15 feet.
Yeah. I'm going right here. No, here. Moving up that way. So that I'm equidistant. Because I saw our wonderful fiery boy fall. And I am just gonna do my usual taunting of the enemies and just yelling at them. As I cast Witch Bolt at the one that just hurt my friend badly, please.
Now that is
So
a cast to hit. I believe, right?
That is an attack roll to hit. It's very similar to Eldritch Blast, but instead of remaining dark, the tattoos kind of turn like white, and lightning stretches out, and we are forever connected. And I rolled an 18 plus 6, so 24.
That will hit.
And on every turn, I get to inflict a d12 on it.
Correct.
So that's 8 points of damage, please.
8 points of damage. So 8 points of damage is exactly enough to kill this.
Yeah!
Yay!
So your lightning eldritch blast wraps it, and its wings are pulled tight to
It's
its
Witch Bolt, not
body.
lightning. Not Eldritch
by
Blast,
the
it's
witch
Witch
bolt. It's crackling, the energy is coursing through it, and it drops out of the sky, lands on the ground, and just writhes for a little bit before the energy courses through it, and it stops.
I'd like to use my bonus action to please taunt this other one.
Off the way.
I'm just kind of yell like, "Oi! You're next!"
Mirth, we're up.
Yeah.
Burp on it, burp on it.
I have no more gas left.
Alright, that's valid. I just realized that my metal dice are so much better at stacking than my regular dice. I will see you never. I'm gonna build a tower over here.
I just bought some metal dice to give to my friends, so I'm excited by this discovery.
Well, because they're heavier, they're weightier, so they balance better. Sorry, y'all didn't need to hear that.
That's okay. I am gonna hop in and do my turn though.
Yes.
For crossbow, even I'm close, but I'm not directly. Am I directly adjacent? Can I still?
No,
shoot
you are
it?
not. It's 10 feet above you. You can shoot it
Okay.
without.
I'm just gonna
Nothing.
shoot it. I'm gonna see if I can just do that number.
Sounds good.
19.
19 will hit. So Mirth pulls the crossbow, loads it, takes a shot.
And it's so close, really, this isn't that impressive, but good, we'll take it. It's like right there. Let's see. All right. It takes 8 damage.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the bolt comes flying up. It hits it in the side, and it doesn't seem to bury in as deeply as you would hope. But
Oh, there's too much
apparently-
feathers.
Apparently, it buries in deep enough. And after a couple more wing beats, the peryton starts to try and gain some altitude, and it can't, and it drops to the ground.
Woo!
Also,
Yay!
I did it.
You
We did it. We did it together. All of us. Cool.
Neo, give me a death save.
No.
We're gonna do this right. Okay, we're gonna do this right. Okay, 17 for the first one.
Woo!
Mm.
Pass. Anyone have any healing?
4
Yeah,
for
Yes.
the second one.
Yes.
Does
From
Wait a minute.
heroism still work?
13 for the next one. Okay,
Does
we're good.
does heroism still
won't.
work? Okay.
Wait, no,
Can't
that's a
get 10
new
hit
No.
points to get up.
Yeah, I almost said Conan. Wow.
And 14. Okay.
Brom's gonna heal him. Since he's right next to him, he's gonna lay on hands for.
And I'm gonna healing word if you need it.
As you
We're gonna
reach-
pet you and talk to you until you're healed.
As you reach down to heal Neo, the Tarrasque is gonna like hiss at you and growl.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, this little weirdo here.
It doesn't bite you, but
I'm gonna
He looks
I'm gonna
relieved.
hum Neo's song at it and be like, "You're not gonna hurt your master, little guy. Let's heal him." And let's see, that would be
how much hit points are you gonna give?
10. He's gonna give all of them.
Oh,
Okay.
dang. Thank you.
10?
and then 6.
You're worth it.
Oh, thank you.
All right, almost back up to full.
Great. Also, can someone heal me? Because I'm gushing blood all over the snow.
Oh, gosh.
I already used all mine.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
that's fine.
Everyone's like,
Can-
no, not
Okay.
Neo. And they pour all the healing into Neo.
Forget you.
No.
Including
Arms,
Mark,
and
who's like,
people are
"Sweet."
bleeding profusely from the mouth.
What a
Yeah.
youngest child dynamic.
Wait, I still
Yeah,
have
child. We can't let them die. Mirth's blood, by the way, is green. I've
Okay.
decided.
from like the first session. I still have whatever my good table was. I don't remember what it was. You just said that it would come in handy later. It was a warm feeling. Would that warm feeling be healing?
I don't recall what the warm feeling is. We'll have to go back and look later.
Hmm.
I can sleep it off, probably. I'll just walk it off, guys. I think
So
Mirth is
sad.
like, fine. It's
okay,
kinda
at least
like,
it's-
fine.
At least
The,
it's cold and your bleeding won't be as fast. Like
Look on the
actually, the
bright
cold
side.
will stimulate the healing, or still the bleeding and the bruising. So look, there is a positive.
Look at that.
Oh, there's
The,
always a bright side.
The Tarrasque, after seeing Neo get up, will lick you with the most dry sandpaper, like painful
Oh.
cat tongue lick ever, and then run over and start eating the periton.
Good
very,
boy.
very messily.
You know what? He deserves
Okay.
it.
He
Yeah.
does. Let
So
him
where did he
have
come
it.
from, Neo?
I don't know. I looked down and he was over by the tree. The creature that came before. I think he brought him. I'm not sure.
Oh.
You know that's on brand for him.
That. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry for letting you guys down.
Hey,
No. Let
you're
us down.
fantastic.
none of that. That's why you have a team.
Yeah,
All
we're
right.
here to support you. Look
Brom
out.
almost sounds angry when he says you didn't let us down. It's very
Oh yeah,
important.
Laine's also angry.
He's like, no.
Oh, no, we're
don't
both
even-
angry
don't even
dads."
begin. Don't even start.
He's like trying to hold back tears. He's just.
She's yelling at you. Oh no.
She just puts her arm around
Hey.
him. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. He's not yelling at you. He's just very passionate about the fact that he cares about you.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. It's okay.
Hey, there's a reason why we don't go out here alone. Okay? We have people's backs, all right? You have our backs just like we have yours. That's what being a team is. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Being like
hey.
just ruffles his flames a little bit.
Remember what you said. You're the hero. Come
I
on.
am.
And
You're the hero, yes.
Yeah, I am.
and your tears are just gonna freeze out here, so none of that crying, all right?
That's true.
Let's be reasonable here, all right? Okay, good. Help us build a snow fort. We got a camp.
Okay, and he's like
Okay.
goes and starts to build it.
Kirk is gonna sit this one the fuck out. He's just gonna sit there and be like, "Yeah, honey, you're great." Ooh, like in the background.
Would
Just
you?
like, it's fine. Just make me bacon, okay?
I have a 1 to medicine. Can I slap a band-aid on you?
Don't slap anything.
Can I gently wrap a band-aid on you?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Especially if it's a Disney princess one.
Look, my daughter's much
Or
more of a Marvel.
Transformers.
Yeah, that's better. Yup. She's big into robots these days. Modrons, she's a little actually, it's canon that my child has a Tarask plushie. I just remembered. Like I wrote that down early. Anyways,
All right.
Alright,
it's
let's
like she's
camp.
into Modrons
You
and Tarasks apparently.
Finish putting camp together. You're almost done when the perytons arrive. Are able to settle down and sit together in the around the small oil fire that you have. The it's not quite as festive of a mood this time around, stuck in the tent. And after a couple hours, too, in fact, you hear a blizzard begin to move in.
Oh,
and
come
beat
on!
Against the side of your, the side of the tent.
On brand.
Perth
This-
is gonna sleep for
our
8
luck.
hours unless interrupted.
Please, by all means,
Yeah.
do it.
We sleeping.
Yeah,
Sleeping
we're gonna
in.
sleep. Brom got a 20-something
I saw. There's no
patch up. Yeah,
There's
to
no
patch
benefit
up
for
mirth.
I will give 1 hit point for a nat 20 on a medicine check, but they can't really.
Yes!
All right,
So
slap that 1 hit point on mirth.
Yay.
It's the thought that counts, and I appreciate it.
and it would be a good idea for us to take a very brief break. Just a little bit of one. We'll reset the ad timer. Let's try and be back in just 2 or 3 minutes. Something
Woohoo!
So while the party rests and the Terraske becomes close friends with Rox, or with Neo,
Yay!
we fade to black. We are back. We left off with the group resting for the evening and preparing for the rest of their trip to Kelvin's Cairn. So the night passes without anything else of note happening, except for the blizzard that rages, and it storms long. For 7 hours overnight, snow falls, and winds howl, and the wind blows. And when it's the next morning, when it's, well, morning per se, when the aurora have faded off into the east to suppress the sun for another day, you start to wake up and realize that you are snowed into your igloo at this point.
Oh boy.
The new little friend, the baby Terraske, immediately starts digging its way out and disappears up a hole out the entryway.
My actual
Follow
little
it.
boy's making
Actual
me guess
little
the tune.
boy.
Oh!
Actual little boy.
I'm sorry, no
Maria.
derailing. Keep
No, it's
talking.
fine. And then the
Me enjoy.
NPC little boy follows up the tunnel of snow that's made as well. And it doesn't take too long for the rest of you to dig your way out, recover the tent to the best of your ability, and
I kind of imagine we just use Neo as a battering ram at this point and just like, all right, plank. Hold him against the door.
there's a hissing sound and
Yep. But here we are. Hold up.
Do you want to
Raise-
share us with this terrifying map, or is that an accident?
Yeah, is this are
So-
we is this a Yeti for any particular reason?
stay away from that side for now.
But but
I had to turn something off and it turned everything off.
uh-huh.
Sure.
Wait, hold up. Why is that
Not
called
suspicious
perilous
at all.
fishmonger?
You get out of that.
It was right there.
Everybody scroll over and pretend you can't see.
Yeah, scroll to the right,
I
pretend
couldn't
you can't
see anything.
Do it in good faith.
Hold up. Why are there ice faces on the corner of this side of the map? No.
a little scared.
See if I could.
I'm big scared.
There we go. All right.
Okay. See, now I can live in ignorance. This is fine.
All right. So, getting the rest of the way to Kelvin's Cairn is not that much of a trek. It's about 2 more hours of travel to get there. When you reach the cairn itself, there's not any obvious track or obvious leavings of the expedition anywhere. You can look around for them. You can look for a way up the mountain they might take. But in any event, it'd be good to try and find base camp, is what I'm trying to get to.
Have I ever climbed Kelvin's Cairn, or is this kind of like I'm a local, so I ignore the touristy hotspots?
It's up to you. My thinking is Laine likely wouldn't be interested in going on a trip up the side of a mountain.
We get each other.
The only reason that someone does this, there are people that swear that there's a sage that will meet you up there. So some people go
that's
more of a
BS.
spiritual journey than anything.
That's BS.
So,
Laine is a cynic.
Brom got a 1 for investigation, so I imagine he's just like holding his magnifying glass and like turned completely around, like not even looking at the right thing. He got an 11 for survival for trying to identify where the base camp should be. And he got a 15 for perception to perceive danger in this area, since he assumed something bad happened to unleash Little Boy.
So with Brom starting to search, it takes 2 extra hours of wandering around the cairn.
Oh boy.
To find the base camp. And you immediately see that it's the base camp because there are 2 tents pitched in the snow close to an icy outcropping that acts as a natural windbreaker. Between the tents is an overturned dog sled, and still harnessed to the sled are 5 dogs that are eating the remaining food out of the overturned sled.
My boys.
Let me get there.
Do we see a person around?
Give me either survival or investigation check. Little Boy goes running over to the other dogs. There's a lot of barking. Very happy puppers have reunited.
Good. I will go over to the doggos and start trying to tend to them, get them freer.
Okay. Yeah, you can start releasing the dogs from their harnesses. They hadn't got to the point, they're well trained enough, they hadn't got to the point to try chewing their way out of their harnesses yet. They were still thinking they were...
But it's been almost 2 days. They deserve a little break.
It has been essentially a day and 3 quarters for them.
I did math right.
So who is leading or doing any investigating or looking around or...
Oh yeah, people. We should care about that.
I got a good old natty 1, so...
No!
Oh my gosh, I got a 1 as well.
You got?
We're looking after the dogs.
Look, priorities.
Neo and Mirth start investigating the area, trying to find some evidence of what happened or which way went, and another hour passes of investigating before you pick up a clue. You although neither of you are natural rock climbers, after that much looking, you see what could best be described as a possible way up the side of the mountain. Or the rock.
It looks like it's a possible way up the side of the rock mountain.
1 second. I have loosened the dogs. Can they track?
So,
but does tracking, is that the same as... Well, actually, maybe they do know a way up the mountain. But if it's like Devil's Tomb, I pictured it really vertical.
It's not super vertical. That was just height-wise. It's like the Devil's Tower height-wise, but it is more stacked and climbable. You can get up the side without climbing gear, but it's going to be difficult.
I was picturing like Breath of the Wild levels of like, I was like, damn, okay.
Although that said, you know, growing up in a place where dogs didn't have leashes, they are pretty good at getting up near vertical surfaces. Like surprisingly, you wouldn't think so, but actually yes, if they grow up in that environment. So I would say probably, but also these are sled dogs, which are not the most. How do I?
That's why I'm asking.
I mean, they should be able. Not agile. It's just they don't have the same kind of drive. Yeah.
So the
I mean, but these are fantasy snow dogs who are just the goodest boys and
But we gotta be
probably really
really
want to find their
realistic.
owner.
the
But our fantasy.
5 released sled dogs will curl up under the rocky outcropping as they're trained to stay until told what to
All
do.
right.
They
No.
go over and make do. Little Boy, being alpha of that pack, goes over, ensures everyone
Good.
is fine per se. At
Good.
least that's as far as you can tell. And then Little Boy starts sniffing around as well and begins
Track boy?
scrambling up the path that
Good boy.
Mirth and Neo came across.
The best boy.
As you look
Good
at
job,
the situation you're in,
He gets
Uh,
more treats.
do any of you have any climbing gear?
Yes.
Yes.
Didn't we buy some?
So this is before we played, but I obsessively used like almost all of my starting gold to carefully purchase everything because I didn't know how much of a jerk you were gonna be, or if you were gonna be or not. So yeah, Mirth actually, I think there'll be sort of a comedic clank as he plops down his designer bag filled with like pythons and crowbars. Like there's pretty much a double. Yeah.
I know you meant just fancy, but I just imagine like fantasy Gucci bag, like opening
Yes.
it up.
Yeah, it looks nice. It's definitely like a southern style bag, and he has crowbars, grappling hooks. He has 3 grappling hooks, 2 crowbars. He has manacles, both the fuzzy and normal kind. He has lots of rope.
Look, I know that like all the characters are gay, but I think Mirth is like officially the gayest. I'm just saying,
Thank you.
just throwing it out there.
Yeah, Mirth
Hey.
is-
We've clarified. Sabine appears to at least.
Yeah,
Hi.
Sabine hit on my ex, apparently.
It wasn't an ex, just a friend.
Yeah, her next question was about to be, are they looking for a third, or
No.
do they
Sabine's
like fire?
open-minded.
Are they
Find
into
out.
fire? They speak infernal. You know.
Oh, that is some.
That's a
subtext right
different
there.
question
Do you
entirely.
Speak infernal.
Imagine trying to pick someone up in Infernal. It's like just like in somebody's ear, like as you're handing them a drink, and they're like,
It makes me want to watch like a
Unsettled.
German rom-com or something. German, just to see what German
That's what
spoken
Infernal-
romantically sounds like.
That's what infernal
boy.
sounds like. It sounds like very aggressive German. So yeah, that's what I think.
All right, back to our back to Lil Boy desperately looking for his owner.
Yeah.
Aw.
So Mirth shows up with the climbing gear, prepped and ready to go. So getting up this mountain is up to all of you how you would like to approach it. Think of it as a skill challenge of sorts. Essentially, just like before, each of you will get an action, so to speak, what you are doing to try and help get up the mountain. Then we'll resolve all those actions at once, and the more successes you get, the quicker you make it up the mountain safely. Is that a question?
Brom
to-
has Brom has a proposition before we get started,
Sure.
which is that he's going to take off his armor and offer to climb with the climbing gear, and then use like tie the rope up at the top so that they can all get up more easily.
okay. I think that actually, well, we could also like throw the grappling hooks and see if we get lucky too. But I don't dislike the idea of having you help pull us up if you get up there first, you know?
Yeah, because I feel is climb dexterity or strength in 5e.
It'd be strength and athletics
Okay,
check.
and without his armor, he won't have the armor negative thingy, so he should do.
Well, also
That would
Mirth
help
is
you.
like really like ready to perform here. Mirth is like, I used to do tightrope, not to brag or anything.
That
Just
has come up
saying.
before.
And I think Mirth is looking hopefully up at the mountain, but realistically, who the hell knows what? I don't even know if Mirth is good at parkour or not, but
I'm ready for it.
yeah. Well, here's my question to the DM then. Would you be willing to let Mirth use a dex like acrobatics instead of strength to try and climb?
I would, yes.
Okay, cool.
And it's fine for
for-
both of you to climb. That doesn't
Yeah, we're not going to
Struck this-
stop you
yeah,
from
there's-
making this spectacle.
No, I know.
That
I know.
doesn't sound positive.
No, it just gets weird. No. I just mean like logistically how that might look. But first,
Basically, this is the rundown as far as I'm concerned for this. If you give me a good reason why what you're saying you're rolling would work, then I am open to it. And depending on how helpful I think it will be, it will either help the other characters make their way up, or it will help draw everyone up. So major and minor successes. So,
okay.
Got a 21.
Ooh.
so Brahm takes the armor off. I don't know, puts it in his bag, or otherwise stores it. However that gets stored. Ties some climbing gear together and starts heading up the side of Kelvin's cairn quite adeptly.
He'd probably just tie it all together. So I actually thought about this before because I don't know. That's how I am. He'd probably just like wad it all up, like when people mail each other armor, and like tie it together with some rope and put it out over his shoulder. As he's
C3POing it.
climbing. Exactly.
Two things now. One, you say when people mail each other armor so casually.
Yeah.
Two, Laine is gonna stop as you're like, getting yourself ready and just gently remove the alms box because I'm not gonna risk our friend.
Good
I think
idea.
our friend is that's a good idea. I'm glad you're looking.
I'm just gonna hold little Bubby here now.
All right.
You are
Martha's
I'm
gonna
not.
free to
I'm not
hold
risking
little
the
Bubby.
climb.
And speaking of friends, over the past couple hours, your little Terrascae Bubby has been roaming further and further away,
Little buddy.
and
No.
Little boy.
coming back less and less often.
Little
So
boy.
he's actually away right now. He wandered off again.
Little boy.
He'll
So
come
I'm
back.
gonna add to
Yeah.
our skill challenge.
If
thing
you
here.
love him, let him go.
If you're cold, they're cold. Let them in. Okay,
Yeah.
so Murtha's going to go ahead and, as Brahm strongly and competently begins the climb, reliable as a stone, Mirth is going to stretch dramatically. He's in a leotard, that happened, and he's going to bow to everyone who may or may not be actually observing this, and then he's going to proceed to, he got a total of 20. Not natural, but he's going to go ahead and he's going to do a series of super extra like backflips and pirouettes and like really elegant parkouring. And every once in a while he poses to make sure people are paying attention to him. And then he's and he's going to help get the grappling hook set up higher up. He's doing a little bit of interpretive dance. He's trying to make it look like Sabine is his long lost lover whom he misses dearly, but has to go on an adventure. And he's like timing it. But he's really getting the energy across.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Brahm is like climbing like Goliath from like the Targos anime.
That's exactly what I pictured. Martha's just like on your back at one point, posing sadly at Sabine all the way down there, like, I must go, my love. Carry me, Goliath.
The two of you make excellent progress up the side of this mountain in two completely different manners. But
yet so complimentary.
And yet so complimentary. Sabine, Neo, Laine, what are you going to be doing to be helping out?
Well, once they get it set up, Neo's going to climb the rope.
All right, so you're going to wait until the rope's ready?
Yes, he's just like watching in admiration right now.
Yeah, what do you mean trying to help? I'm holding little Bubby.
Sabine is confused because she's looking at Mirth and Mirth is just making gestures towards her, and she's like, I don't know what's happening. So she's gonna wait for the rope too, just to be safe, because
You were so forward with that man, and now somebody else is making advances on you, and you don't know what's happening?
hey,
Honey.
it's
Honey.
In the same way that your gay theater kid friend does in high school, where you're like, can you just okay, no, that's just
All right.
no?
You don't, so you're not picking up on that. Okay, fine. This is fine. You'll figure it out.
just
10 years later, you're going to look back at this moment and realize,
Be like,
oh.
Yeah. So the two of you make
Okay, it got
your
too
way
real.
up, and you climb up over a ledge and find a good spot to anchor everything. And as you get up on the ledge, there are these 4 mountain goats that are just kind of chilling out up there.
More friends?
Just looking
We
at
want them all.
Can I go? I'm gonna go up to one of them and I'm gonna try.
You haven't got
pet
up
it.
there
You
yet.
haven't got up there yet. The,
Dang it!
The howling wind, the blowing snow, and the slippery ice make the climb treacherous, but Brom and Mirth have little concern for such things. The four goats look down on the two of you as if confused as to what you are doing on the side of their mountain.
Are either of you dumb
Mm.
enough to think that the party got turned into goats?
Mechanically,
Mechanically, are you dumb enough to think the party?
Like, these missing people, these goats are here.
Good gravy.
mechanically,
'Cause, look,
another
I
hour
wish I was
has
that dumb.
passed
God, does it
of
take us that
climbing.
long?
It takes some. It
Can we
takes a
have
lot
an
of effort.
intermission? So I can
The-
just breathe.
You're
You get up
telling a
there,
story.
An hour total. So like the entire length of this prepping and all that, another hour passes. You secure the ropes and send them down. And so the other three of you may make either an acrobatics or athletics check with advantage. Or if you have another thought that you'd like to share that you'd like to do instead, go ahead.
Brom's going to secure the rope up here and sits down in a meditative pose. So he ties the rope to a stone if possible, and then ties it to himself so that, if it slips off of that, it'll at least, be holding on to him,
Sounds good.
and kind of like puts his feet into the ground so that he won't fly off the edge. Although that would be really difficult. Anyways, so I'm just saying, like, you'd have to weigh a lot or be pulling really hard to make him fly over the edge. But
Sounds good.
he does that, and he kind of like sits meditatively, and
Do you want us to like
think
send
that's
up your
up here.
armor?
I can pull it up if you don't mind.
I can tie his armor.
Can you
The
get my
rope then.
stuff?
Yup.
I kind of left it, thanks.
Yep. I didn't know you had tearaway clothing, but okay, here it is. You said you were in a leotard somehow, and I'm like, the only way that would make sense is if you were just like,
Tip and
all right,
nails, it's just
my
like
time.
Velcro. Also, just for the audience, Mirth is just being a goose. He is, his flirtations are as innocent as a spring day. And yeah, he is wearing like an awkward leotard.
Which is
And,
really cold in
Yeah.
the eternal night of Icewind Dale.
Can we
and
get you a parka?
it
the
seems
passion
like
of my performance fuels me, and I think the moment I hit the top and bow at like the finale of I've been dying for this moment my entire adventure. It's
Oh
been like
my
a month that I've been up here and I haven't had a chance to do something both physical and creative and inspiring and helpful and remarkable that uses my training, and I just found one. So I'm aglow with warmth until I realize that like there's frost gathering between my hands, my fingers, and I'm like, ooh, can I
Yep.
stick my fingers in your armpit, Ron?
No, I've actually met theater artists that talk like that. So,
Yeah.
May have
Brom
been
is-
that person.
Brom is sitting meditatively and chanting around the goats, but he didn't say no, so feel free.
Sabine, Neo, Laine, up the side of the mountain. Yes,
Yep.
yeah.
roll some
He
dice.
smells kind of sweaty.
I got a 12.
12.
I got a 23 with advantage.
23 with advantage.
Well, I would like to point out that I am proficient in athletics, which brings me to a 0. So I'm gonna use acrobatics,
Okay.
and I got an 18.
So Neo has a little bit of trouble going up the rope, but between Brom pulling at the top and Mirth's encouraging words and
Push your little booty up.
Laine and Sabine pushing along as well, you're able to get everyone and everything up to this ledge. So all of you get up to this ledge on the mountain where there are just these 4 goats that have been hanging out. Every once in a while, just bleeding. Looking. One of them wanders off. The other 3 just sit there staring. And you make it to that section of the climb.
Cool.
So now can I pet the goats?
You can walk up toward a goat. As you do, they kind of wait for a little bit, and then when you get about 10 feet away from it, it starts moving away.
And I'm like,
Oh.
no, wait, come back. And then I just start chasing it.
Okay,
I'm gonna start
No, don't
give
chase
me an
it.
acrobatics check. as the goat starts jumping from rock to rock.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
So I'm gonna add a +2 to this roll. I rolled a 12, so +2 is
Art.
14.
14 for
So-
chasing a mountain goat. So Sabine decides that this goat needs a petted,
Oh.
and Sabine starts chasing. And
Oh.
two of the goats scatter, and one of them is the closest. So Sabine kind of locks in on that one. It jumps up on a rock, and Sabine scrambles up behind it, and like it looks back almost bewildered that Sabine's still behind it. So it keeps jumping up higher and higher and higher. You do eventually reach up to touch the goat before it kicks you and keeps its way up the side of the mountain.
That's a good boy.
That's a good movie. Okay.
It's a good
So I'm
When it
gonna go
gets-
back.
When it gets to a top, you're kind of on the rocks. We'll say 20 or about 20 feet above your friends. It's not a straight side. It's kind of at an angle. And the goat has gone another 50 feet past that. It booked it. And as it disappears from view, you see a rock fall. And it bounces and hits another rock.
Oh no.
And that rock starts to slide. And a section of stones begin to release
No.
as an avalanche begins.
Oh
Oh man.
Is Sabine right in the way of it?
Sabine is on the side of the mountain. All of you have actions that you can take. It will be more difficult for Sabine to get away from it, but you tell me what you are doing to avoid this sliding stone and ice and snow that starts to fall.
How fast is this happening?
Yeah,
It's-
I was gonna ask that.
It's on its way. You probably have an action before it hits, so you probably have just a couple seconds before it hits.
How
So this isn't like,
Sabine's 30 feet up. Oh,
20 feet up, yeah.
oh my God, they're not going to reach her in
I-
We'll
time.
catch you.
I potentially have a way to pull her towards us, but it could not end well.
You're not gonna Eldritch whip her.
I could.
No! If you Eldritch whip her and then yank her around, she's gonna get hit by the rocks. It's gonna be a hot mess. No, that's like microwaving fish. That's a bad idea.
I could just grapple my way down.
I mean, you can definitely try that, I guess.
Like I could throw a ooh, wait a minute. Let me see what I have.
Let us check our inventory in this like 3 seconds.
Right.
before the avalanche.
It's assumed that the adventurers know what's in the bag, even if the players do not.
Oh my God, never the idea of all of us being like, wait! And like looking through our packs, being like,
Hold
on,
up,
Avalanche,
Snow.
hold on.
It's Skyrim. You have to pause long enough to eat 15 wheels of cheese before you
Yep.
get to combat.
I'd like to eat 47 potatoes before Sabine gets hit by an avalanche. Thanks.
Why? Why? Oh my gosh.
Did it crash?
How does none of what I have rope?
Any pack you got should have had rope. Any basic pack.
You would have had rope.
It doesn't say.
Which pack did you definitely have 50 feet of
So
rope.
I have poisoner's kit, I have thieves tools, I have 3 dragon anti-set,
Nice. What's your background?
criminal.
Yeah, you have a pack with rope on
You
it.
have a pack with rope as a criminal.
That's what I thought, but I'm not saying. Anyway, so okay, I'm gonna take this rope, regardless of what my character sheet is saying. And
Rope manifests.
I'm gonna try to lasso it to Brahm, because Brahm's the sturdiest. So
Brom's probably not going to fall off the edge. Brom himself is actually, since he only has a couple of seconds to act, he'd do a few things. One of which is he didn't have time to put his armor back on. So what he does instead is he moves against the side of the mountain and finds like a concave area, and will put his breastplate against the side. So he's kind of leaned into the mountain anyways.
Okay. So we'll do that after we finish up with Sabine. So Sabine, you're gonna toss a rope and swing down. Is that the thought?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an
Okay.
acrobatics check with disadvantage.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I could have lassoed her.
Bardic inspiration.
That's fine. I'll let you bardic.
Mirth is going to, in the same language, he's going to get in character and be like, "My love, swing to me at last," and then is going to bardic inspiration on you in character, like we're playing our weird little duet.
That'll be a D6.
Okay. I got a 4.
4. Right? So you toss the rope and begin to swing, and there's this thought that as you toss the rope down and begin to swing, you went, wait, how's this gonna hold me? And you roll down the side of that 20 feet. You take some damage from your tumble. Let's see if I can find it.
But she got down.
So don't chase goats.
So you take 6 damage tumbling down the side of the mountain. You land on that rock platform that you're all at, right next to Brahm, as Brahm pushes against the side of the mountain and lifts up the armor. Is the intent to brace yourself and deflect? Or?
He's bracing himself and deflecting, but also creating a space under him where other people can be shielded.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Laine's idea too. He has his shield, so he's just kind of like Captain America-ing it against the mountain, making a tent.
It's also so if you die, your body won't crush people under it. But
So,
yeah, he's not saying it at that part, but that.
Thank you for not whispering that to me in character.
He didn't say it. I said it.
I'd like it known that little Bubby's box is like right here, so like immediately under the shelter.
The two of
He's
you
like, little Bubby will survive. Sorry.
Little Bubby must survive, even if we die.
Just strength checks.
No.
Or athletics, or
no.
Yeah, athletics would probably be best for bracing yourself against a mountain. I would alternatively
I have a 7 strength.
Well, I would take like a you know what? I would take a Constitution saving throw.
I was gonna say, can I make this a lack of wisdom save? Because I did this fully only with not my survival in mind.
16.
16. So Brahm lifts the shield, lifts the armor up, and the stones and snow and ice start hitting and bouncing off. And
I got a 15.
One magic item, definitely. We will do that in just a moment. And a 15 is enough that you also can deflect the rocks and the snow as it starts crashing down the side of the mountain. I didn't put my music on loop for this. Sorry, it's not looping. The stones, all of that start bouncing off of the shields and the armor that you have over your heads. Neo, Mirth, what are you up to during this?
Oh, Neil's gonna run right under Brahm and just like stand there really closely.
Me too. Yeah, I'm gonna do the baby duckling thing. I'm gonna roll acrobatics. Is there any way that? Okay, question: is Sabine like kind of skidding down the mountain towards us? Can we like snatch her before she goes any
So
further
she basically lands in a pile right in front of you guys. So if the two of you want to grab and drag her under,
yeah, we'll do that.
Grab her, we're all gonna go under there.
We're gonna get real close.
All right. So each of you make an athletics check. That'd be fine. It's not very difficult because there's 2 of you.
17.
6.
That's perfectly fine. Neo reaches out and grabs an arm. Mirth reaches out, grabs a leg, pulls Sabine underneath as this avalanche of rock and snow and ice passes over the top. The sound gets louder and this crushing. After a few moments, it passes. And there is a clanging sound. As the stones fall and tumble off the side of the mountain, something else falls with them. There's this old, desiccated adventurer's corpse that was underneath there that lands, and I need a D100 to be rolled, please.
Oh, can I do it?
Yes, go ahead.
I like dice. I like rolling. It's 81. Nope, 18. Yep, I can read numbers. It's a 10 and an 8, not an 8 and a 1. I promise.
Wow. Okay, so I promise that this was rolled, and I don't just give you guys pets for no reason.
Yeah!
Is the corpse our pet?
Zombie!
So, Mr. Rogers asked for a magic item. So, unlike the good table, this is not a temporary thing. This will be permanent. So, your temporary,
Thank you, Mr.
Your temporary, your good tables are always temporary. They go away very quickly, or are one-use type things. This will stick around. So, this old climber who was underneath there fell, and this tattered cloth bag opens up, and a sculpture of a black onyx cat rubbing upon the calf of a hooded figure falls onto the side.
I want it.
Snatch!
I want
I
it!
want it.
We need to do a roll-off for who wins this game.
Can I put it into my crop like a pelican greedily?
Hold up now. We
It's
all
fine.
want
If somebody else would like it, of course.
It's a cat?
It's a small statue of a figure in a robe with a kind of a large house cat rubbing against the figure's legs. So you
I
have
have a cat at home. Now I want it.
Listen, you have children, a husband, you have so much, and the dog likes you. Let me have something for once.
I don't even
And
know.
Neo,
I don't
everyone's
even know
obsessed
where I
with him.
come from. Who am I?
Oh, that's
Fine.
Wait,
Who
Bree,
Who
you
am I?
have the
24601.
little trivia. Listen, it should be between me and Brom. Brom, can I have it or not?
I miss my cat at home.
for timing purposes, we will sort this out after stream.
Okay.
Brom's not going to fight them. Brom gets up and seems like kind of like looks around. He's probably covered in snow and rock and stuff, but he looks startled that they're alive. He shakes his things off. He's wearing like his wool tunic and pants and none of his armor. So he just kind of like looks around and he's like, oh, it's so much colder. So he's actually quite distracted right now. So if you guys want to fight over the cat, you're more than welcome to. He's quietly marveling at not being dead and also at how cold he is right now. So yes, functionally you guys can fight over it. He's not going to jump in on the
If somebody
cat
else
action.
would like it, they should take it. Mirth lights up excitedly, but when he sees other people lighting up, he like swallows back the little gimme self and is like, oh, okay.
Here's the deal.
We
In
will sort
character,
it later. I'm going to pause this right now
Sabine
because we're
gets it.
already going a bit late.
Oh wow!
Usually I'd like to end at 11:15, and we're getting close to 11:30, and I do want decompressed time, but we're close to a good breaking point. So the avalanche passes. The climber that did not make it is uncovered. You gain a small black statue that will be fought over off screen, and you have further up the mountain to go. So you kind of reached a platform. You dealt with this issue that occurred, but you have another stretch of climbing to do. So what do you plan on doing to advance further up this mountain?
Neo's actually going to do exactly what Mirth did earlier because he was so amazed, and he's like, "Ooh, I wonder if I can do that." Whether it goes well or not, we'll see.
Okay, go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
Oh, I'm rolling that now.
Can I can I try and assist him by doing the like jump off my shield, like lift
Yes.
to give him a boost?
Yep. So Laine is going to help Neo get the start to the acrobatics, so Neo can roll with advantage.
Oh, thank God.
So that's what you two are doing.
Hey, dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
Nice.
Very good. You, quite adeptly inspired by Mirth, make your way from outcropping to outcropping, pulling yourself up. Not as practiced, but just as skilled.
Oh no, it's still bad, but like he like flips and tumbles his way up there.
20 is a 20, and I think it was a 20 and a 21 were the
Yeah, that's
results.
amazing.
So
Encore.
you make your way up with a rope in hand so that you can tie things off for the others. The other three of you, what is your plan for making up the next leg?
Brom is going to wait until he ties the rope up to climb up. This time he will not
Same.
climb up on his own.
Okay.
He only rolled a 7, but it's isn't it like plus when you go with the rope, or is it just with advantage?
It's with advantage.
So he'd actually get a whatever I rolled, an 18.
An 18. That's great. Brahm's able to climb up without any difficulty. Sabine, Mirth?
I rolled a 19, so 21 to get up the rope.
Your action
If
was
I
helping.
can, acrobatics. Oh, right,
Your
right.
action was helping, so they each
Right,
get
right.
another action.
I'll stay down here.
Mirth does another acrobatics, which
Go
is
ahead.
a 16, and can I help whomever is needing help to get up there again, or does this just? It probably just adds to our whole.
It adds to the whole.
Right?
So the 16 gets you up there fine. 3 of you have passed. Unless something terrible happens. Sabine, what's your plan? Are you gonna take the rope or?
Yeah, she is frozen. She's
Oh,
really cool because I mean she fell into the snow and it wasn't great. But I rolled a nat 20, so I'm gonna use it, and she's gonna painfully make her way up the mountain, just climbing.
Oh.
So,
Remind me to prestidigitation you when you get up there.
okay.
I got
Without
you.
any difficulty or any other problems, your group makes it up to the next kind of ledge, the next step along the way. And as you pull yourselves up and over, Neo, since you're actually the first one that gets up there jumping from rock to rock, you see a figure hunched in the snow, leaning against the side of the mountain. As soon as your head clears, the person's head looks up. And
Another cat.
you see a human male in his late 30s. Very, very rustic look. He's the stereotypical, this dude climbs mountains for fun and leads other people up there look to him. He's got a arm wrapped around something in his stomach, and you can see the red from the cloth around it. He looks up and goes, "Ha ha. Good to see a smiling face." And that is where we will pause for the evening.
My boy.
The boy.
Right behind you is the barking of a dog, happily.
Yeah.
Runs up to the figure.
Oh, good. The dog survived the avalanche. We
Yay.
didn't
Oh,
think
yeah, the
about
dog.
him.
Yay!
So, that's where we'll pause for this evening. For those of you that have not been on a stream that I am DMing, do not go anywhere. Get your finger far away from that button, because we are going to spend a few minutes decompressing, talking a little bit, chit-chatting about how the session went, things that went well, things that went poorly. We would be thrilled to answer any questions that you in chat have. We'll stick around for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so, depending on how things go. Encourage you to ask questions, encourage you to engage, and we will talk about how things went for us. So, if there are any comments, questions, concerns, conundrums, or qualms, now is the time.
I don't know why, but the funniest thing, or the only thing I've been able to think about for the past 10 minutes, is Sabine Valjean. I don't know why, but that is the funniest thing that Purple has said in the chat. I don't know why, but it's so funny.
I can't unsee it now.
I really cannot.
That is exactly what I felt like doing that. Oh my god. That's so funny.
You were thrown in prison for a loaf of bread, okay?
I was, and I suddenly
It's been 18
became
years.
the
19
governor
years.
of a French town. So here we are.
You were a slave of the law. 5 years.
5 years for what you did.
The rest because you tried to
Tried to
run.
run.
What was this? 24601? Yes.
Yes.
601.
I used to. No joke. I used to call my dog Conan 24601 because usually the animals from the shelter that I worked at have a name that people give them that's cute before they're adopted, but he never made it that far because he was not very healthy, so he just had a code. So I always call him 24601.
Oh,
Baby.
Very sweet.
Yes, here he is. He's been sleeping all session.
Yes.
Oh wait, I forget.
Yeah, you have the...
Wow, that's a really
Back
nice
down.
snowy
Blends
floor.
right in.
Oh, dearie.
Baby.
Mr. Snowflake
Baby.
boy. He's got the
He's
cutest
sleeping.
face too. He has pointy ears, but they sit really soft on the side of his head like a cartoon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes,
He has a cartoon face. Very cute.
He's very dumb. He and my other dog that I got in June are like the dumbest dogs I've ever had in my whole life. So. But yes. Okay, sorry. Derailed. Continue.
Good derailment. I really just appreciate the pets. Thank you so much for allowing this.
It is really neat to have all these cool critters.
It's so fun.
I've learned about pets. I am trying to
Yes, you
build
have.
in flush valves for the pets, where it just no
Please
longer
leave the pets here.
where the pets just go. You have someone else's dog with you, so obviously that's not, Lil Boy's not staying. Your one Little Bubby is a quest item, so I mean.
Hey now,
Bubby staying forever.
Lil Bubby is now our friend.
And
The
then we
terrace
adopt
game
all
was a
6
good
dogs.
table, which was just supposed to last for that one combat.
Oh, buddy.
Purple Phil has a question. HP, with your good tables, do you have outfits for the pixie in your table, or do you just hash it out after you read it? So because the good and bad tables I draw from the same list of 100 items, I just flavor them as good or bad depending on if it's a good or bad table. And so I don't have any clue about what half of them are. I haven't even read half of them. But it's a really interesting list that I found. And so I use that table and I decide if it's a positive thing, a negative thing, and then when it comes to the deliverer of the good or bad table, I rack my brain to try and think of something as quickly as I can.
They're good little outfits.
That
I
is-
Oh, they're
appreciate
so
them.
cute.
Yeah,
I
super
also
flavorful.
appreciate them.
I love the little circus lion tamer outfit.
That's adorable.
I think that's going to be kind of a repeated one in a lot of times, because I've used that one 3 times now, I think, and I love the picture of my head of this mystery figure dressed as a lion tamer. I don't know why. It's hysterical to me.
My favorite is the little figure skater
Yes.
outfit with the baton ribbon. That's my favorite one.
There was a ribbon and figure skating outfit at one time.
There were coattails and a top hat.
Coattails, top hat, and a cane. Yep.
At one point in my backstory, he was in a little tasseled vest like a cowboy bull
Yes.
rider,
There was a
and
bull rider.
rode the house cat around.
Yes.
So that was super
Funny.
cute and fun. So
Wasn't
yeah,
there also like a little cowboy too? Like a normal
Yeah.
cowboy?
Yep.
Yeah.
There was a normal cowboy too.
little cowboy outfit.
Yeah, when we were hit by 5 in a row, that was pretty taxing on different outfits. I'm not gonna. That was a lot, but no, it's a lot of fun. It's things like that I think are so much fun about D&D, are those little flavorful additions that don't really, in the grand scheme of things, don't matter, but they make it so much more than
It's
just
so fun.
this list of 100 things I'm reading off of. And it makes it a blast. I have a lot of fun with it. I was so thrilled that Niffer said that they wanted to be a warlock and were okay taking Fey patron.
Whatever patron, yeah.
Because that's
It was so great too, because when I brought this to you, you were like, "Well, I just wanted to do Fae," and I'm like, "Okay, I have very little experience with Fae, except for like, okay, this one on Critical Role that wanted to like strangle somebody for fun? Question mark. So like, okay, that's weird. I guess that's fine." And then we did our little like one-on-one session, and you're like, "Hey, so you wake up and there's just this tiny pixie at the foot of your bed," and I'm like, "Okay." And it's so much fun since then. Like, I expected it to be a lot more sinister, and instead it's just fun.
Well,
And that's just really good.
they can be sinister
like
though,
that.
because they bring the bad tables as much as they do the
I
good.
mean,
This has been so
yeah.
not to poke the chat gremlins or anything, but there have been a lot of good tables thrown at this group
So-
and only a handful
Thank
of bad.
you.
So
Yeah, the chat's been really good to us.
Chat is
And then
wonderful.
everybody had like that Yu-Gi-Oh standoff that had me snorting Just the back and forth of bidding is pretty funny.
Yeah.
To see. And that feels very fey.
Oh yes. Oh
the
yes.
chat is definitely an arcane and unexpected influence on the story. Could go either way.
It's one of the things that I think is so fun about doing games on TPK is, the integration of good tables and bad tables, and then the deck of TPK things, and a lot of those elements. It's not just the games that I play. It's the other games. The DMs do such an amazing job integrating that into the story. So it's something it's fun about the channel that I've loved.
Yeah.
Been here.
It's so
Y'all
fun.
are going to have Mr. Roger give us a whole bunch of bad tables
If you
now.
want-
Yeah, Roger's got some sweaters. Like,
Oh.
just shows up and does
Yeah,
stuff.
now we're egging
Like,
Chad on.
whenever Mr. Rogers shows up, suddenly I'm like, what will happen? I don't know, but something probably will happen.
What Mr. Rogers just said is what I was about to
Oh, what
say.
did they say?
If you've ever been in a TPK game with Noir, Noir is very good at prodding the chat gremlins and catching every single bad table that can possibly be thrown. And it's so much fun, and Noir loves it.
Honestly, I want to try and catch more bad tables just because it'd be so much more in character for the pixie to be like, nah, you.
Y'all heard it here first. Y'all heard it here first. Get all the bad tables.
I will. I'll take it. It's on brand.
Yep.
It is on
You're
brand for
free.
this.
You're free to take every bad table. I'll let you accept this award.
Okay.
If you insist.
Yes.
Usually,
I said take
Precisely.
more of them, not all of them.
we
All of
frown
them.
on the players in the game. Good tabling the game they're in, because that's just not. If you want to bad table yourselves,
Wow,
I wouldn't stop that.
No.
If you want to bad table someone else at the table, I wouldn't stop that.
Oh my god, that's
Wait, can we bad table you?
The bad tables don't affect me.
Tables have not turned.
It's true, they don't.
The bad tables don't affect me at all.
Tables remain the same.
Yep. So, any other thoughts story wise to bring up as far as things that have played out, that sort of stuff? I do have one thing to say, but go ahead, T.
Oh no, I was just saying. I love the harsh, snowy environment.
It's fun.
I was gonna say it feels very. For a D&D game, it feels very natural. Is what I was gonna say. Like, I don't know. I have this sense of being in this very harsh environment versus I feel like most of the time the environment in D&D is window dressing. Like, they'll be like, yeah, you're walking in the desert, and I'll be like, okay, great, let's keep walking in full armor, nothing bad will ever happen. Whereas here it's very tangible. You're walking through deep snow, you're climbing slippery ice, you have to endure blizzards. There's not a lot of nice things in the environment. It's mostly nasty stuff that wants to eat you. I don't know. It feels, and it takes a long time to go places, because I feel like a lot of D&D, it's we're just gonna walk that 30-mile trek. It's fine.
We're gonna fast travel.
Yeah, we're gonna Skyrim it.
Yep.
Be there in half a day. It's fine. Whereas here you're on foot trudging through snow, and it takes forever. And so it's just very, I don't know. You can feel the environment much more than you can in other games, especially
And to piggyback on
tabletops.
that, Dane, I think you do a good job of embracing the elemental challenges and also making this journey interesting. The journey very much feels to me, it feels absolutely part of the adventure. Very intentional, very narrative, very present. It never feels like there's elevator music ever. It is clear that interacting with this 10 towns environment up here is every single moment, whether we're in a town or not, is a moment actively participating in the world and in this cursed tundra. And yeah, I completely agree, T. That was a really good observation.
Yeah, because I don't know, I feel Kingmaker. I don't know if you're familiar with that game. Also had like a heavy environmental thing, but like I felt like it was more of an annoyance than anything for the most part. Like when you're traveling, it's like I got to go through this many squares and like roll every like 5 squares or something, and just like, well, I guess we got to fight like 10 bears now. Like
Okay.
it doesn't really feel like going through like this. It doesn't feel like going through the environment. It just feels like being slightly annoyed as you're moving through squares or hexagons. So.
Well, thank you.
Know.
No, that
my
means a lot to me. Thank you, both of you. It's something that I'm trying to be conscious of in my prep work, because there is a lot of walking in the Icewind Dale adventure, and it's very. I'm not following the Rime of the Frostmaiden book exactly on how they want to do walking around in the snow, because it gets closer to that tediousness. It's also why I like doing the encounters. Yes, we have combat encounters, definitely, but we also have narrative encounters. So I'm glad that that's coming across well.
Yeah, it feels good because. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
As you say, it feels good for me to hear that, because it means that I'm accomplishing something that I really want to, which is always a good thing to hear.
You're doing great, because as long as things. I mean, I love a lot of things about Kingmaker, like building a kingdom from the ground, but I absolutely like literally everyone at the table was groaning whenever we had to go out and like do like whatever 30 hexagons of travel or whatever.
We did Kingmaker too. It was rough.
Yeah, it's so tedious. That part, like,
it'll be like to the fort, and you're like, oh, come on.
And like, and you'll have. Oh, sorry.
It starts feeling like a Final Fantasy game, where you're wandering around, and all of a sudden you run into something, and you're like, oh, come on, I just want to walk across the map.
Yeah, it's like, or you'll like, or like the other annoying thing is that you don't really have a lot of narrative clues as to like what things mean, so you'll just kind of like stumble upon like some random hole, and you'll be like, what's this hole? And you'll be like, no clues, nothing. It's like, there's a lich in there. Well, crap. We're like completely not prepared, and there's nowhere to get prepared, so I guess we're dying now.
It's oh yeah, Purple just said, or Pokemon hitting all the Zubats. Yeah.
Oh, bats.
Mm-hmm.
Purple coming in with that quick wit, making me laugh half this game.
100%. But no, I'm glad that comes across. What was the thing that I was going to ask? Oh, so it was a behind the scenes thing. This is just a, you know, how my thought process goes and how some of the prep work goes. The couple of Garrett and Keegan, for the first time ever, I'm cishet. That's who I am. But I'm aware that I'm at a table with a lot of folks that are not. And that makes for me being conscious of what I include, what I exclude, how I present those relationships, how I present those couples, how I present those situations. And I wanted to take a second during this session to kind of stop and check in on that, because it's come up a couple times in the adventure already. I just want to make sure that, you know, I'm in the right place as I'm presenting all the different things going on.
I think the important thing for people to remember with those elements in game, not glorifying it, and you're not doing that, and you're kind of just, this is how it is, and you know, these people are together.
These are the people, you know. Yeah. Like it's an established, like, hey, this is what they are and what they do, the end.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just very casual and very good.
Because I don't think there is a certain way that, you know, queer people act, or gender fluid people act, or trans people act. It's I hate it when people kind of, you know, and I'm not saying you're doing this, but I'm just saying, like, in general, I hate it when people use that kind of verbiage, because it's like, you know, we're just human. We act just like everyone else. There's no need to like make a big deal out of it. We love just like everyone else loves. So you're doing a really good job so far of handling that, and not like, you know, putting unnecessary tropes in there or anything like that. So
and what you said is what I've aimed for.
And I'm just glad you included some extra gay. We're all bringing real good.
Some extra gay.
Yep.
Like, yeah, I really do appreciate that. That, you know, that's a nice thing.
Well,
So, keep it up.
thank you. The reason I brought that up is because as I was doing the prep specifically for this, I had considered rewriting Garrett as a Gemma and making them a straight couple instead of a gay couple, which would have been a change to the source material because I didn't want to feel like with the other relationships that we have that I didn't want to be seen as the straight guy making everyone gay. Does that make sense?
Make
Like-
everyone gay.
Yeah, I'm like, is that a problem?
Right.
No.
I mean, I can. It's fine with me. But that was something that I hadn't been aware of yet, and it was specifically prepping this couple that I kind of paused and became aware of. Oh, I hope I'm not being seen as just bringing the gay to.
Well, I mean, as long
Pandering
as
to
you
gay,
don't, yeah, as long as you don't have an agenda behind it and everyone's gay just because everyone's gay, then I think it's fine.
I mean, this whole party is gay, so
Yeah,
But
it's
also,
like-
like,
I
as
think
Gay
a,
as
probably
hell.
good.
speaking
They
of
just,
as
like-
gay, like the game that I run, I have a big D&D game as well, and I DM for T as well. Are almost, I don't even think any of them are in any way straight. I don't know, like, and it's totally cool. And so many of the NPCs are gender fluid and use different kinds of pronouns and whatnot. So I just think enjoy it, just roll into it, and just, I completely, of course, agree with what Bree said. Like, don't be afraid to do it. It's nice that you're checking in. I can see that it's something that's a little new for you, but just play with it. It's okay. Like, don't be afraid to enjoy having anything that you want in the game. The fact that you're checking in is good. Yeah, and we're here and ready to support you.
Also, with a little bit more background to seeing how you play as the other half of my gay couple, which is a very weird sentence for me to say. I was flustered at how good you were at it. Like, you were just like straight up flirting with me immediately in character, and I was like, oh, okay, this is a very good husband. All right. Yeah. Okay. Just good gay couple right away. Here we go. Yep.
Oh, good.
Good job. Good job.
I'm glad.
The
But
highest of praise.
it is something that, I'm here to do the best that I can, telling the best part of the story that I can.
Yep.
And anytime I'm
Doing
telling
good.
a story from a perspective other than my own, I need to be sensitive to that. And I just every once in a while might stop to do
But
check-ins
can we
like
change the name of the stream to Rime of the Frostmaiden?
this. No, we're not changing the
Killing
name.
me inside.
The Frostgate.
Please, please.
Frostmaiden.
Wow.
Yeah, no, but thank you for checking in. We're here to support
Yeah.
you on whatever
Thank you.
whatever you need on that front. And yeah,
To tell me when I'm wrong. That's what I need. And
yeah.
I need no hesitation. No, I mean, I am fine being wrong. I'm going to do my best not to. But that's
Yes.
don't suffer
Yeah.
in silence. If I say something dumb, that's completely on me. Don't worry about the
You're
feelings.
swell.
Thank you.
You're doing
neat.
good.
You're doing
Oh,
good.
Doing great.
I forgot to say, so the reason I do like this weird yelling thing is because I'm an essential worker and I have to wear a mask. So sometimes people don't know who's talking. So I'll be like, hey, it's me. I'm talking
Oh,
to
that's
you.
so good.
Yeah, because otherwise people don't, like, they turn around, there's like 10 people in the room and no one knows who said anything. So
I wish
Yeah.
more people would do that.
I will.
otherwise you can't tell.
I'll sign along with what I'm saying at my students so they know it's me talking. I just realized like that's the same thing that we do, so that's cool. Good job.
Yeah, well, otherwise people don't know if
Yeah.
it's you. Or like if they turn around, like they're like,
Suddenly
What?
everyone's a
And you'll be
ventriloquist.
like-
It's great.
it's so true. It'll be like the Phantom of the Opera throwing your voice like at the other side of the room,
Yeah.
confusing everyone.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Um,
why I do this now, even though you can see my mouth.
going off of apologizing for stuff. I'm sorry for not being in character and immediately trying to go for the cat because Laine definitely doesn't care. Niffer cares.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
But Laine would not care, and even if Laine got the cat, Laine would immediately be like, Sabine, here you go. So just, Sabine, you may have the cat.
No, Bree actually in real life really wants a cat. Like I've been considering getting one, and it was gonna be a black cat. Yeah, it was gonna be a black cat because
You have to bring them on stream.
Yeah, they're the least adopted, so I'm like I need to love on one.
You have to now. Get one so that you can have a real life pet with your in-game pet.
The problem
You
is
have to now.
You can have them matched.
The problem is that we have a dog who just barks at anything that moves that's not us. She's very protective and she has like a lot of trauma and anxiety, so like she would mangle the cat.
Oh, never
That's
mind.
the problem.
Maybe that's the way.
Sad.
Stuffed animal cat.
Yeah.
I know.
They have
Yeah.
animatronic cats.
Yeah,
I
used to buy a lot
definitely
of
wouldn't
them
like
when I was
that.
working in the financial world.
I have one
That's
that
creepy.
purrs and has a heartbeat. I actually like those.
That's too realistic, and the robots are gonna come take over the world that way, and I don't like that.
It's for our foster kittens.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
They love it. Yeah,
That's valid.
they're comforted. They're comforted by mommy cat.
All right, I'm begrudgingly okay with that.
I just told my 8-year-old today to not be so mean to the Alexa when he tells her to stop the alarm because
That's funny.
during the uprising we don't want her to come get us first.
One of my friends
Good
literally
point.
always says please and thank you to the Alexa, and it's so funny.
If that's the case, I'm first.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Because I mean,
Hi.
Alexa's in your home, so like
It's already there. It's
Already
gonna take over.
she listens to everything.
Mm-hmm.
I programmed my 82-year-old bosses to say snarky things back to him when he cusses at
Oh,
them.
you're so good. You are such a great person.
A lot of fun.
I was. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna start wrapping up. Go ahead. It's fine.
Oh no, I was just gonna say. So all you guys are lovely characters. Triple million hearts. I'm making a really bad heart. But also, if like my character does something that's really annoying, please say something.
Oh, same.
Yes.
Hey,
please.
you don't talk about cool armor facts enough. I didn't get like any. I got like one thing today, and that was about mailing armor to each other. So I'm gonna need more of that.
I can always believe me. I can talk about
Okay,
armor
thanks.
so very much.
Good.
But
Good,
yes,
good.
you can actually compact like a full suit into a pretty small like space, as Al knows, because Al used to do nerd things.
That's
I
I
Awesome.
still
awesome.
nerd
Probably.
things.
But you
Aw.
can put it into a pack about like this big,
That's
but
cool.
also like this big.
I'm gonna keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Because it's
See,
hollow,
thank
so
you for
can-
this armor fact. Thank you.
Yeah, you'd think it wouldn't be very portable, but you can actually put it all together because it's hollow and like stuff it inside of itself so that you can carry it.
Yeah, that does make sense.
But snacks in between. each
Ooh.
one.
I don't
Like a
want it any other
croissant
way.
with butter.
Mm.
That's how they did it.
Not a whole
I
croissant.
prefer my armor snack sandwich. Yes.
Ooh. Oh my god! And also all that stuff. Like, okay, we all benefit from like bathing and clothes that are cleaned regularly, but like even if they were very cleanly, they didn't have deodorant, so you can only imagine how bad things would smell.
Mhm.
It's like you don't, especially in cold environments, you don't wash stuff very often because it doesn't dry out well, and it would be very, very
I have
You know.
prestidigitation. We all smell fine.
smell great. But we don't have deodorant.
We
It's
don't
at
need
will.
deodorant if I'm
Just
prestidigitating our sweat away.
prestidigitate every 2 hours.
Yep.
Thank you.
Every time there's
No,
a scent
quack.
of BO, Laine is prestidigitating.
If you don't think that Laine is literally constantly using prestidigitation to keep his mittens warm, you are wrong. That is what he's
Funny.
doing. And he also does Sabine's because he
You're
knows.
gonna be prestidigitating Brahm a lot until
Earth is
they
so glad
until
he
they
doesn't
invent
sweat.
yeah
These
until they
stinky
invent like
mammals.
medieval deodorant. Brahm is gonna need a lot of prestidigitation. Just saying.
Look, sometimes Laine might do it to you without you realizing because it bothers Laine.
I'm sorry. At least it's like
You know,
under several
look.
layers.
Look, it's not because of you. It is Laine has 2 small children. So he's very used to, oh, people are messy. Clean it up. It's
They're
not
gonna
your
be
fault. It just happens.
They're going to be the cleanest.
And that's
people,
okay.
The cleanest group in the north, and just everyone. That's in some ways
The
that's
cleanest group in the north. I don't like that.
That's all we can ask for.
All we want.
Look,
All we want to be
Because
known as. The
that
cleanest,
means that, like,
Adventuring party,
pet
the cleanest
fullest.
group in the north.
the cleanest, pet fullest group in the north.
It's the adventurers
Exactly.
who don't stink.
it just means that like every time you step into a building or like come into the tavern or whatever, you're going to be like overwhelmed with the smell of other people.
Oh, yeah. We have standards for ourselves now.
And on that
And on that note,
we want to thank everyone for sticking around for our after talk. Oh, and as far as what you said, if character ever does anything annoying, this is what we do this checkup for, to talk, to be open to talk to each other, to know that we are playing a game together, and if we're all gonna have fun together, we all have to be having fun while we're playing together. So that's part of having fun. That's part of enjoying the group. We will be back in 2 weeks to pick back up with the adventure or the Garrett mountain climbing guide that has just been found. Until then, be good, stay out of trouble, and well, I don't think there's anything else to. Niffer, there is.
I have something
game
to say.
plug. Yep.
So, I'm in 3 regular shows here on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. However, there is a very special thing. For the very first time on the internet, I will be running a game on Saturday, the 9th of January. And this is a special game. It is a Lasers and Feelings game set in space. And I have a wild and fun crew that is all prepped to raise some money for Jasper's Game Day, which is a organization that focuses around suicide prevention and awareness. And I get to be an ambassador for the year of 2021. And today's the first day. So officially, my term is starting, and we are gonna be around. So I'm an ambassador, and that means, hey, if you are having a rough time, I'm here to talk. I'm here to listen. I have access to resources and community if you need it, and I want to be a way to support you all. So come see us, throw money at my players so I can throw stupid and crazy space things at them. And it's all going to Jasper's Game Day. So yeah.
Sounds awesome.
That is
Perfect.
awesome.
Yay!
It's gonna be really fun.
And that happens on the 9th, correct?
The 9th. It is a morning game. I know it's at noon EST. I'm terrible at time zones though. So
It's at noon Eastern time. Do your own time zone math.
do your own math. Sorry, everyone.
Noon Eastern
like
time,
9 a.m.
11 Central, and
EST.
then 9 Pacific time.
Sorry, whichever time zone is in between those at 10 a.m. But we apparently don't care enough to list you.
It's mountain, and
Okay.
there's only like 10 people that live in mountain time.
Okay, that's
Everyone else is Pacific or Central.
Ouch.
It's not an insult,
We're
it's
sorry,
just a
Mountain Time.
fact. So we will see
Anyways,
you
but yes.
then. Be good. We're going to